Almost ready to get 9Z and Sharks underway. Thank you guys for your patience. A little bit of a delay, as we always usually have with these games in South America. A lot of things need to be set up, like cams and stuff like that. And yes, we're now ready to go. Important game, very important game. And Matt, not really something I touched on heavily as I was talking about the teams a bit more in the pre-game, but Overpass, definitely a weakness for Sharks compared to 9Z.
Yeah, it's probably the best direction that 9Z could have gone in the veto. Koala, which way is he going to go with the Julies? No way. He's just sent packing by Huaso Peak straight through that smoke, and there's nobody else even on the side of the map. That should just be pistol round over. I say that Luken has gone down, and by the way, Levi was knifed in the back at the start of the round. That's how he's taken 70-odd damage.
Yeah, this is an awkward one now with gafolo having this one flash left. 3 players rotating in through CT. Big wide swing, and it completely catches Urbano and Huaso Peak off guard. And Max score finds Levy as well. That setup towards CT gets completely destroyed. And Max can't do a thing either. Max, Core versus Max and Core. That was a nice retake.
And the kids these days, they like to say, oh, that's so Trav core, like as in that gives Trav, you know?
I know.
That is a confusing one. Anyway, very good retake there from Sharks. I mean, I can certainly see the logic there for 9Z looking to try and set themselves up in advanced positions to even deny Sharks setting foot into the bomb site. But that big wide swing there from Doc kind of offsets the retake. They all hit their shots, and Sharks will open up first with the pistol.
Yes, sir. And I think as well, as we look at, I was kind of looking at the veto again a bit deeper as we were talking about the teams and rosters in general in the pre-game. Inferno should be a pretty fun game between these two as well, with how good both of them are on the map recently in South America. I think Sharks have a pretty, even historically, remember they had a really good Inferno in the games that we've covered them in previous seasons. If you look at the score lines, by the way, that they're beating teams on Inferno, on what is our map 2, 13-4, 13-3, 13-5, 13-4, 9Z, 13-2, Gaming Gladiators, who are in the regional final already, 13-10, Imperial, 13-5, Fluxo, I lost to Shinden, whatever, they moved past it, and 13-2 versus LP, otherwise known as Dash Skins. So... yeah. That is, for a map like Inferno, that is pretty scary consistency.
I mean, there's not many teams that actually have Inferno as their primary pick these days. And honestly, it sounds like the only teams from the region that would beat them on Inferno would be Pain, MIBR, and Furia. Like, they've beaten all the other top dogs in the region on the map pretty comfortably, and especially the win over Imperial, because Imperial are big Inferno enjoyers, right? So that's a fantastic result. And it kind of leads me to think that if 9Z are going to stand a chance in the series, they've probably got to win here on Overpass. Just gone back through some of the other cups that we've had played already. Cup 1 was won by Bestia. 9Z made it to the final where they lost out to Bestia on that occasion. 9Z didn't play in Cup 2 or Cup 3. So this is the second cup that they're playing in, and obviously the last one. As for Sharks, they placed 9th to 12th in the second cup. Just go back to the first one. They placed 9th to 12th again. And in cup number 3, let's have a little look here for Sharks. In cup number 3, Sharks placed 9th to 12th again. So in cup 1, 2, and 3, Sharks were eliminated 9th through 12th. This time, they've made it to the top 3.
Okay, yeah, so that's actually a really good point with what you've been mentioning about them, because we've been saying in the pre-game, they've been doing very well on LAN. They've had a number of pretty good results there. I mean, just going back through their tournaments, it's genuinely, I would say, respectable. They won a South American CCT online back in September. They played that Fergie Rush event. They didn't make the playoffs, unfortunately. The Odyssey Cup Champions in September placed second. That was a LAN event. They won another CCT in October, Season 4 and Season 5. Then they played the CBCS Masters Checkmate 2025. That qualified them for the LAN finals there as well. They've got another South American LAN to play. So many South American LANs that just pop up all over the place these days. And they placed second at that Circuit X retake LAN only a few days ago to Fluxo. So Yeah, they are grinding hard, but maybe we're seeing better results for them on LAN, you could argue, than online, and especially better results in online tournaments that aren't ESL Challenger League. So we need to see more of them in these tournaments to guarantee their spot in that regional final, that's for sure.
Well, let's see if they can do it here in Cup 4. Huaso Peak and Luken both just devastate the defense on the speed bomb site. Gafolo in towards Graffiti does get one back bomb plant secured. It's going to have to be another retake. This one looks a lot more difficult, though, for the CT side.
Yeah, with Gafolo so damn low. They are trying to creep up, and of course, lesser weaponry is in play, but it still doesn't mean it's easy to remove, and Max Score takes a while to complete the kill on Levy. That means this round is done. Doc is trying to fight in the open, and somehow still alive on 4 HP. If he gets away, it'll be a miracle. My goodness, he has got away. That's crazy. Gonna go a long way to not die to the bomb, though, and I think he is taking the right path on that 4 HP. 9Z hit back immediately.
And easily as well. I mean, with those 2 entry kills, they basically won the round. You get a kill out of Luken initially, and then a follow-up there from Huaso Peak. That's just job done. That's a problem there for Sharks. They can't afford to be so fallible on that B-bomb side. I mean, Koala just gets caught off. It's as easy as that. Luken has been the main man for 9Z for a while, hasn't he? 1.24 rating in the past 3 months. He's in arguably the form of his career right now.
Which is saying something.
Big job to do tonight.
Which is saying something, considering, you know, it's his, what, 4th, 3rd stint on 9Z, and he's 28 now, and kind of playing the best CS we've seen in South America over the years.
I'll say this much. There won't be a 4th stint, mate, so gotta be this one.
Yeah, fair enough. I think one of the things that Luken has done very obviously is take over that mantle when 9Z have progressively lost stars, right? I mean, Pain have poached 2 of them in Davideus eventually. I mean, sure, didn't go straight to 9Z, but straight from 9Z to Pain, but got there eventually. And DGT is the other most important one to mention. I mean, DGT was one of those stalwart 9Z members along with Max for so many years, right? And he left for Pain. So, sure, obviously a good decision for his career. But, yeah, someone had to take over the mantle. And I feel like Luken does that online pretty well. And in other particular maps, which I've watched recently of 9Z, Huaso Peak does try and be that X-Factor player.
Which is what you want him to be in the team that he's a part of, because he needs that extra license to kind of go for those explosive plays when he reads it. He's not like the hard entry player. For the most part, that's Max on this team, and it's something that Luchov will bring as well. But Huaso Peak is going to be the guy in the mid-round who just finds something crazy. Anyway, 30 seconds left on the clock here. 9Z trying to head in towards the bomb site for the time being. There's actually 3 players here with the 4th rotating up. You got to worry about Long though, Max Core, and he will spot that player out. Bit of chip damage done as 9Z continues to scale forward. Trades go back and forth. Smoke grenades in play. Gafolo with the P250 gets another, but that kill from Urbano gets the advantage. And I was going to say space for the plant, but maybe not.
8 seconds. 8 seconds, by the way. Can Max Score deny this? Oh, they've just got it down on truck in time. That's crazy. Just. My word. And Max Core now has to win a 1v2 with only a scout and nothing else. Literally nothing else. And he has tagged up Levy, but he's got to go into a crossfire to get anywhere near it. One bullet through this smoke. Who
he wanted to.
It could happen. No scope drawing them into the open. He did draw them into the open. And Max Core kind of did everything right there. Just couldn't connect that quick scope, and Levy will take him out.
Yeah, nice attempt, I guess, on the force buy from Sharks. They fall narrowly short, painstakingly close for them. But that means 9Z now get themselves an anti-eco. How long has Max been in this team for? 5 years plus?
I'll go 5
more.
5
6 years, maybe.
I'm gonna go 5 years, 9 months as a guess.
All right. Well, the answer is 5 years and 8 months. That's insane, Trav. You're basically bang on the money. I'll give you that, man. That's close enough for me.
Give me like 75% of a point for that.
No, you get full credit. You get full credit for that one.
I like how occasionally in cast, right, when we have like an eco round to talk over, either I will do it with you or you'll do it with me. We just test each other on
little guessing game
on random
trivia
time. Like how old is Thomasine the other day?
Yeah, exactly. Just some trivia, man. It's fun.
It is.
All right, well, we're going to sink our teeth into the first gun round here on Overpass. Map pick of 9Z, they're off to a good start.
It'd be
No open play.
Time later again. We can have some more chats like that. We'll see.
Naturally.
But this is an important game. I want to do it justice today. I feel like last night we both collectively vaguely lost our minds with how late that game finished. But we did the job. We did it well. So
we were casting last night? Oh, you mean this morning?
This morning.
Sorry. Oh, okay.
Yes.
No. All good.
My bad.
No problem. See here. Sharks would love to get things back to winning ways. If they lose this gun round, they find themselves in a bit of spot of bother, you know. I know it's still early, but certainly on the favored side of the map right now, and they don't want to fall too far behind. Lots of space being offered up here. Sharks not looking to disrupt the round with any plays up long or in bathrooms. Nobody in lowers. Giving up the entire map here with the way they're set up.
Max Core looking for the information on the jump spotting, but as soon as he peeks, he gets taken out, and that's a really bad loss for this A bomb site on Sharks. 9Z are taking a little bit of time here because they know there's a couple of players over toward long. Maybe they know one. Do they know two? Max. Oh, Mac 10 looking from behind, gets one, and Levy dealt with Doc 2. That's actually pretty nice patience there from 9Z and spacing, realizing who they had where and when to push when.
It's a very simple approach from 9Z as well. Nothing special about that round at all. Just going through the motions and processes, ticking all the right boxes. And I think Sharks are going to have to be a lot more active than that, especially against 9Z. You can't afford to just let them exec on you because they'll find success way more often than they won't. I think that AWP is going to be a big factor here on Max Core once it rolls around.
Of course, especially on CT Overpass, right? Well, anti, to be fair.
Is Max Core the best AWPer Sharks have ever had? Because I remember gafolo was the AWPer, then he became AWP IGL, then he let go of the AWP to give it up to Angelo.
Yeah.
And now it's Max Core. So I feel like this might be the best AWPer they've ever had on the team. Scroll back through the names here. Maybe Zebby, but now we're going back to like 3 years ago.
Very good point. I am familiar with the Max Core name. I think I've covered him once or twice when I've been doing like CCT South America stuff when he was playing on Dusty Roots, but I haven't. This is the first time I've covered him on Sharks itself. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he's all about. Great push towards short there. Classic stuff from Sharks, right? I always say it is Overpass 101 as T or CT. If you get short control, it's a good thing. And they got it there.
Yeah, very good work. You see a bit of impetus in the round there from Sharks. Goes a long way. And now you can afford to bunker down in the bomb sites, let the game come to you because you got that two-man advantage in play. Looks like Levi's probably going to just try and take some attention in towards A. He's got a full belt to util. I wouldn't mind the smoke just being thrown in towards Dice, like a bit of a lurk smoke. Not as effective as the lurk smoke in long. Oh, forced forward. Max Core spots him. It's not going to shift the defense just yet, though. It will now, though. It will now, though. This is exactly what I was talking about. That 9Z would have wanted out of Levi's position, is just drawing the focus up to A, and then two players creep their way out of Monster.
Yeah, it's simple but really effective. Levy should get taken down. Oh, little bait and switch there for Doc to answer. But the thing is, for 9Z, the way that Doc and Max Core went about getting that kill gives them full info that B is available for the taking. But this is incredibly difficult. And now Hawassa Peak needs a 1v5. If he wasn't dinked up there, I was having a dream and thinking how incredible this would be. Now he realizes that he needs to get out of dodge, and he might not do so. He's stuck towards short, and they realize it. He's not gone up toward T-spawn. Nice shot, but this defuse will be coming through very comfortably.
And that'll double up the round count here for Sharks. A much needed round going their way. Still not going to be able to afford the AWP here, though, so it's just going to be the 5 rifles, which means 9Z have gone a decent portion within this first half without having to play up against that AWP, and I mean, the AWP is integral on the CT side, right? That's the guy who's normally on the front lines, just making a nuisance of himself, looking for opening kills, and then just slowly kind of falling back to each checkpoint is how I like to refer to it on Overpass. You think about the standard AWP opening is just going to party, trying to find a shot fountain. Then you fall back to the checkpoints of bathrooms, then maybe divider, then the bomb site. And it's very difficult to actually duel the AWPer. The best thing you can do is just keep flashing him back, right?
Yeah, and that's an annoying one for RDN. I think they were planning to go for that classic run boost where you'd run boost through the fire and flames in towards short. I think it was a long time ago, I saw JW do that when Overpass was still in the pool in CSGO, and it got like a insane triple kill. One I casted a long time ago. Max Core, very good. Holding on for 2 kills there with the AK. As you say, no AWP yet, but he's looking pretty clean with that rifle. Back into a 4v2 for Sharks, looking to assert themselves a little bit on this CT side now, and 9Z won't be unhappy with the start of the game. 4 on T is already workable, but they know that they're in a position to get a lot more, and they'll want that for sure.
What do Huaso, Peak, and Max do from here? Because the save's not an awful option. You're going to get a full buy in the next, I guess, regardless. But you don't want to have to just reinvest into these weapons for the sake of it. So wouldn't hate it if they decided to just bunker down in T-spawn, but it does look like they're going to attempt something. Max going to step out onto Koala. Finds that kill. Max Core now, maybe in a bit of trouble. His evil twin is currently pursuing him. They've actually created enough space here to potentially get a bomb plant. Oh, okay. Gafolo denies from heaven. That's a big kill.
Yeah, not exactly one that you can rely on either. Max is really desperately trying to find the plant, bless him, but he is stuck between a rock and a hard place. And Doc was that hard place that made it too hard for Max. 4-3 confirmed. 9Z have a little bit of money left over to be able to go for one more buy here. Max has some residual cash, but he's the only player really to have that. Levy's got the AWP out, and so does Max Core. So here comes the AWP duel. Very important one in this series. A new AWPer for Sharks, it's performing very, very well, and a new AWPer for 9Z that could argue needs to step up. So that's what this series is all about, seeing what the future of South American AWPing could be. Look at this, from Max, straight through the door with Urbano.
Oh man, this has been a lot of pressure coming through from Sharks quite frequently as they try and go through short into construction. They're going to go 1-for-1 this time. Urbano's in lowers, as is Doc. And, well, they've been able to cross paths here without actually realizing it. It's going to work out better for Doc, you'd imagine. Instantly decides to take the kill on Urbano. I thought there might have been a bit of trigger discipline. And now it's just about getting out of dodge and locking in that man advantage.
Yeah, I understand what 9Z were trying to do there, and they actually did have some... actually, I'll get back to that in a minute, because Huaso Peak could have a great play coming in here. He's already up toward the cubby. Doc's made a step. Huaso Peak knows exactly what's going down. Doc is wary of it, and does check it properly, and somehow manages to get away with the trade. Huaso Peak got gafolo, could have even got a double spray down, but Doc, his awareness there was brilliant. Luken is forced to walk out monster all by himself. Needs an entry, and he sees his opponent. That's Koala in water. Luken does have some support from Levy, but you can't really have the AWP go for the peeking toward water, but you can have the pick toward heaven, and he wins that duel on Max Core. Bit of a whiffed smoke that might fall into the water, but actually, it's even more awkward there, maybe. Thankfully, it doesn't matter because Doc is coming from short, and he's the last player remaining in this clutch. 1v2. Plenty of util, but if he pulls any of that out, he might get caught. Goes with a pre-fire on Levy, but Levy is quicker. Great round for 9Z.
I don't even know if Levi was ready for the fight to come through from short. I think he was posted up on like CT instead, and then all of a sudden this player just appears in his scope. Big round out of himself and Luken to get it across the line there for 9Z. I mean, Gafolo's probably feeling a little bit hard done by because he was the second player to arrive into that A-bomb site, and it was obviously Doc who took contact with Huaso Peak, and then Gafolo is the one who dies somehow. Doc does get the trade, but 9Z get the round, 9-3, 5-3. Maybe I'm looking forward into the future. We'll have to wait and see if this does end 9-3. That would be a disaster for Sharks. And well, if they lose this round, Trav, the game kind of trends in that direction because they don't have any money left.
It does, and I just want to finish the point about what I thought about the beginning of that round from 9Z, right? They realise that Sharks are doing more of this, what they're doing right now. They're really loving that short control. I mentioned how critical it is. They tried to charge through connector to try and get that short control, and were met with a reface from Sharks on a different timing they weren't expecting to get that quick 1-for-1 and then maybe a little bit more after that. So this battle for short has been pretty fascinating actually so far in this opening map of this BO3.
Now we see the focus shift to a different part of the map. This time, not short, it's long. And it's going to be a successful, I say successful, I mean, the fact that there's a kill found on short does kind of mean it's an even trade. Even though it's 2-for-1, it's back into a 3v3. 40 seconds left on the clock. Bomb still has to be recovered. Gafolo knows he's dropped the C4 and he's decided to kind of hang around. Not in a super advanced position, but he hasn't gone all the way back to the bomb side either. He wants to try and continue to just be a bit of a thorn in 9Z's side.
And he realizes just being here with 25 seconds on the clock is really awkward for 9Z. And he can really make a play. They're going to have to run. They're going to have to make noise. And Gafolo has the play. He can call the rotations over. Maxcore's in the right position to find Luken. Jump spots the second player as well. Koala's about to come up from the flank. Double flank for Gafolo and Koala. And Maxcore might be able to do it all by himself anyway. Doesn't. He gets Gafolo's help. But yeah, Sharks read that perfectly.
I mean, nice try, I guess. Important round for Sharks, a much needed one, and it looks like they've finally actually broken the finances of 9Z, who are going to have to, I was going to say going to have to eco, but they've got another plan in mind by the look of things. They're going to go all in instead. I honestly not a fan of this decision. I guess they're just trying to keep the pressure up on Sharks right now, but with 5 rounds on the board already, a full save here, 5-all, full buy in the round afterwards, more conservative option, but gives you a better chance of eking like 6 or 7 from the half.
Yep.
It's a roll of the dice here.
Oh, it went deep. That's a shame. I had 4 players around there. And that HE does a total of 6 damage. But yeah, right now, I'm actually really enjoying this game. I feel like it's a real interesting push and pull. That previous round was a good example of it, with the way Gafolo played that long position. Could have easily pushed up, could have easily looked to go and try and hold the bomb properly, but knowing the time on the clock, made a really good call. Call that allowed him to hear all the information. And here we've got another standoff in round 10. Luken in con. Urbano now pushing up with the Tech 9, the one pistol they've got in this round. It's a bit of a mishmash buy, like you said. Some utility will become flying in now, so Gafolo's going to have to hold on.
Doc.
And Doc, once again, is hearing it all, and I don't think Max has seen him. He is most certainly not. Oh my goodness. How many does he get here? 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Beautiful
Levi.
from Doc. Levi doesn't react to that at all. I know there's a silencer on that M4, but he should be hearing that one.
Yeah, I'm just shocked that he doesn't react at all and that Doc's able to get all 3 of the kills from that position as Sharks are actually really getting into the swing of things. Levi eventually realizes, but it's too late. Damage done, force by completely unsuccessful. And a chance now for Sharks to regain the lead for the first time since the opening round. Gonna be the freest of free rounds here for Sharks. Oh, Doc at a bit of a shooting range right now, and it's actually a pretty good third frag from him. Nice clean headshot there onto Levi, and Maxcore, this is a little bit brave from him considering he doesn't have any support. Not necessary, and he smartly does decide to just fall back to a bit of a safer position. So Peak not that intimidating with only a Glock. And it will be 6-5 as expected.
Yes, sir. Max looking to do something, anything. That's a nice flick for Maxcore. That one was not a dead cert. Tie guaranteed on the half.
I think you'll be impressed by Max Core, Trav. And what I like that Sharks have done here is they've picked up a bit more of a known quantity, because it was quite a gamble from them bringing Angelo and Koala into the team. Or was it Angelo and Koala at the same time? I think it may have been. I'll have to just double check. But Angelo was a big risk for them to pick up, considering that no one really knew what he was about when he joined as the AWP, and it didn't prove to be successful. So now they've picked up somebody that they can see has got a very stable game about him. He's done it for a while at a lower level of the game, and I think this is a more reliable pickup.
I like the way you describe him. I like it. And there we go, delivering again. Peek towards short. Once again, they have control. RDN's in one of my favourite positions to play from short once you have control of it on the CT side. Russell Peak's able to get a 1-for-1, but only a very brief 1-for-1. And once again, look at the scores on the doors for Max Core. 12-6, 10-6 for gafolo, 15-8 for Doc. Luken and Levy have to do something crazy here. The double L's, unfortunately, might be taking 2 L's to end this half. Luken will manage to find IDN, and that's something. Pulls it back into a 2v3. And Luken is making lots of noise in the steps toward Monster, but I don't think that's going to catch Koala off guard because of that. Max Score is here. Headshot angle and still connects with it. Oh my goodness, that is not an easy shot to hit. And I am enjoying Max Score. Matt did not lie to me. Levy has to now go through Monster probably with 30 seconds left for a plant. He's got a molly, he's got a flash. But I doubt he's going to have his life.
Oh, he doesn't have his gun out.
And yeah, gets his gun out a little bit too late as well. Great half recovery from Sharks. 9Z, I think, will be pretty comfortable and happy with 5 on T side. It could have been better though. We'll see if they can recover after the break. Sharks with a lead, but only a slim one. Very entertaining first half, I thought, actually, with some good moments from both teams. Now, 9Z on the favoured side. You'd think they'd be able to close this one out, but you never know with these two.
Yeah, that's true. I'm still definitely having quite a bit of hope for 9Z now on their CT side of their map pick. It's a map that they've been pretty reliable on. Not a huge amount of reps, 5 times played in the past 3 months. Anyway, I guess one of the concerns is they've got a sub 50% win rate on their CT side as they look to go searching into construction. It's Koala. Koala cooped up in the corner, and then, you know what they say, Trav? Never force a Koala into a corner. And this is why.
Do they say that? Do they say that?
They definitely don't say that.
Look, I do have like vague PTSD from that picture of the koala looking really angry and wet. The one that went viral. It's like, everyone probably knows that picture. And
yeah, classic.
Koalas are quite cute, and when they look scary, it's scary. Koala's scary on this pistol round, that's for sure. 3 big kills, as you say, and no saving for Max. Lovely clear by Doc. The precision.
That's a problem.
Looking very good.
I mean, they knew they had Koala cooped up in the corner. My reference was like never corner a bull, or never. What's the saying? Never.
Oh, I know what you're thinking.
It's a very common saying.
Never corner a wounded animal.
There we go. A wounded buffalo is what we say in South Africa. Never corner a wounded buffalo. Yeah, that's the main one. No, we really do. I'm not making that up.
No, I know.
Because buffaloes are generally pretty docile animals until it feels threatened.
And then, well, I said I'm sure you do because, I mean, you're from South Africa. So
okay,
I believed you.
It's like, I'm sure you do, bro. Yeah, sure. Anyway, guys, don't listen to Hayes. But all jokes aside, it's a hell of an effort there from Koala to actually get as many kills as he does from that position. Just thinking, it was 3-1 at 1.49Z. They've only won 2 rounds since then. Sharks are about to have added 8 to their tally from that point because this is a full anti-eco. 9th round ripe for the taking. They've also got 5 rifles here. So even when that gun round rolls around in the following round, Sharks will have everything that they need. It's not going to be like an easier round for 9Z by any stretch.
Reminder that the loser of this game goes into the lower bracket to play Bounty Hunters. Then we have only 2 games left after tonight in this particular cup, and then that'll be all the cups done for ECL Season 50. Just the regional final left for that all-important spot at ESL Pro League. We'll be with you every step of the way for that in South America. As I said earlier, we speaking about as the ecos get cleaned up here very nicely, Koala getting 4 of them. He's just gone from, what is it, 4 and 7 to 11 and 7, by the way. He'll take that every day of the week. Yeah, Sharks and 9Z both desperately need it, for sure. That chance to play in the regional final, critically important. And we're going to get a regional final that has 4 different teams in, guaranteed. Unlike Oceania, which I mentioned earlier.
Won't even have a regional final.
Semperfi winning every single cup and winning the whole damn slot all by themselves. So, crazy work.
I do like the way that they've set it up, where it's not like, oh, if a team who's won a cup already win another, then the team they were in the final against just gets the spot. I like the reward. Either way, I'll put that one on ice because it's a fast lane towards the B. Bomb site kills go back and forth. An extra kill from Huaso Peak earns a man advantage for 9Z, but it hasn't completely stunted the flow. Gafolo still looking to try and force his way in. He's by himself, though. He is looking to get on top of Huaso Peak. It's a brilliant flashbang. Gafolo will be traded out as well, though, so the man advantage persists.
Yeah, and with 2 players in water, pretty impossible to clear both at once if you're Maxcore or Koala. And Maxcore's in an okay position, but how do you even get the duels won? Well, if Luken gives you a heads-up fight, then maybe you can. Bombsler in the open near that barrel position, like you said, trying to get a few bullets through the corner of the default position and the pillar, and playing with the headshot angle on low HP gave him a chance, but Urbano will take him out. It's Koala, who's on a bit of a hot streak at the moment, and he could be on another one. Oh, Levy puts him down. So close to another Koala round, but Levy, critical headshot.
Yeah, absolutely right. Much needed round for 9Z. If they lose that, 10-5, no money. I mean, you're on the brink of just writing them off at that point. So really important that they hold on and get the job done. And effectively, it was just the trades that get them across the line. The fact that there was that extra kill that went untraded gave them that man advantage, which was enough to push the round across the line. Now you get into a situation where neither team has residual money coming into this round. So losing this basically should cost you 2, something 9Z can't afford to suffer.
During this tack pause, some breaking news for you.
Go on.
We were talking a lot about how Luchov is likely going to 9Z very soon, and Bestia need a new player because they've moved on from him. They've been using Lexi from their academy while this has been going on. Announced already, HLTV confirmed, Bestia add Buddha, the former 9Z player.
Okay. I mean, honestly, it's a completely different skill set to what Luchov was, which is a little bit of a concern. But I mean, in terms of name value, it is a very good pickup for Bestia.
Yeah, I'll be real with you. Not a massive fan, and it does change the composition of the team pretty significantly, like you touched on.
Yeah.
I just got messaged by a friend about that. My good man Paladin, obviously knows a lot about the scene as well, works as broadcast talent. He said, "Let's replace our aggro rifler with someone who barely knows how to anchor."
Ouch.
And that's a summary, maybe all I need to say.
Yeah, former 9Z player himself, right? Not sure, can't remember if you just mentioned that when you were making the point as well. Okay, yeah, sorry, just push that one home once again.
Important, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm excited for Luchov, honestly. I'm excited to see what he can do surrounded by players of this caliber. Okay, Doc making his way up long. Currently, Urbano looking in this direction. It's a good flashbang, but Levi, by design, playing anti by looking in towards the middle of bathrooms. So he's able to turn on a dime. He gets that kill. 2-man advantage now for 9Z.
Yeah, this is where the Sharks overpass could be vaguely exposed, right? I mean, they haven't really played this map at all in recent times. Only won 1 in 5. Sure, they're playing very good teams on the map. Very, very good teams on the map in South America. Fluxo, Imperial. They're playing the hardest Tier 2 South American teams. But, sure, they've got a LAN win on Overpass against Gaming Gladiators, who are in that regional final. It was a 13-2 win as well, but as you can expect, most of those rounds came on CT side, an 11-1 half. So, T side is weak, and they need to prove me otherwise. They're saving on T side here with MaxCore, RDN, and gafolo. Got a little bit of utility to keep as well, so it makes total sense. Sure, you could argue it's annoying that it splits up the economy, with now Doc on 1900 and Koala on 2k, but they'll probably buy a Tech 9 apiece and continue with the full buy here.
Got a game on our hands as 9Z have been able to battle back. It looked like they were on the brink at one point, but they've now fought all the way back to a 2-round game. You win this, and it should be 9-all at that point. Game on.
Yeah, I've been enjoying this. We mentioned it at the end of the broadcast yesterday, right? At night, and we ended the broadcast with 9Z versus Sharks tomorrow. Yummy. And so far, I'm enjoying it. I really am. Oh, Luken was cleared by RDN, but still able to get away with the MP9 frag with 7 health. And they'll Scarpa back to the A-bomb site. Still 2 players holding the fountain/balloons position. And gafolo coming up late up con is, he might think this is worth a peek because he's so late. It's all about the timing though, and it's not amazing. They're still keeping a very close eye on it, but if he peeks with Doc, you never know.
I just love the setups here from 9Z right now. These 2-man setups between Urbano and Levi have been working the trick. Sub 1 minute left on the clock. And it looks like Sharks are going to shift their focus away from bathrooms. MaxCore is trying to make sure that they don't get too comfortable. He's seen him with his back turn. Those steps hurt. MaxCore with an instant headshot will tear Levi apart. And now join up with his teammates in towards B.
What an execution. Unfortunately, there are still 2 CTs here trying to hold the line. That smoke is a good one, of course, but now House Peak is all alone. Still finds 2 somehow. and it gives them a chance to make the retake happen, but it's going to have to mostly be Urbano, you would think. They're not going for the plant yet. Koala's reloading in the open, and they're diving down together for the trade, and it works doing it that way. Urbano gets the immediate kill, and they win the round in a pretty frantic fashion.
Yeah, it certainly was, man. That's a very good return there for 9Z being able to combine. It's that duo again. Very, very impressive stuff as they draw within one. Now Sharks finally going to have to bite down and settle for a save.
Very bold, very not even brash. Brash would be maybe a negative thing to say. It was just complete assertiveness there from 9Z, just so sure they're going to get that trade no matter where that final player could be. Couldn't get the bomb to the site quick enough, and when they got those trade kills, they sort of hung around in water for a bit too long.
Where does the game go from here? Because I feel like these rounds that 9Z have been winning have been very convincing. I mean, I know that the previous came quite close, but outside of that, it's generally been pretty like easy going here for 9Z, it feels like.
Luken tapping
Easy
away.
pickings. Yeah. Leveled up scoreline.
Like tapping those grapefruit you get in that crosshair choosing map. That
Satisfying.
behind it. Yeah.
Popping them. Pop, pop.
They're like the balloons in, well, balloons. Party, I think some people call it.
Yeah, interchangeable, I guess.
Yeah.
Either way, it's running out of time now for Sharks, who are in control, 9-5 at one point. They've lost 4 in a row since then. 9Z have really come to life here on their defensive half. And
as we thought they would.
Most importantly, they've been winning their gun rounds.
Indeed. And here's another one. 9-all. Sharks needing to assert themselves desperately, and Levy going aggressive. We like that. That's what I want to see from this guy. 46 health though, and very now isolated. He's got util support, but he's going to have to peek for more. Brilliant. The fellow will go down. They don't know how to deal with him. Finally, he'll miss a shot. And actually, Urbano is so desperate to help him there, he kind of gives up his life and gives Sharks some hope in a 3v3.
Yeah, it's actually a very important response there from Sharks to be able to get both those kills back, because it was a 5 versus 3 for a brief moment, courtesy of Levi and his efforts with the AWP. Look at Max's position. He's all the way deep in towards T-Spawn, and that's what allows for 9Z to remain committed with 2 players on the same bomb site with so much confidence. Smoke will stave Sharks off for now, but they have got a bit of time to maybe just hold off. Yep, that was one little stray bullet through the smoke there, a little bit of a tickle.
Yeah, RDN got spooked by that. Was it Koala? Sorry. I think like a 9 damage bullet that scraped his thigh. So 3 long. And unfortunately, again for Sharks, they're going into a site that's defended by 2, but Luken's holding the line, and you can't really do that against an AWP in that sort of position. Max Core will get that all-important kill. Now, from the site, only Huaso peek, trying to hide, trying to play time with 13 seconds on the clock, bomb down. He's trying to waste the time, but they need to scramble to pick that up. Max is here. Oh, they just get it planted behind the dice. They're okay, and Max Core holds toward Bathroom really well. Big round for Sharks, something to work with.
Something they needed desperately, and especially considering the way the round had started here off the back of these 2 kills. And I wonder if there's a world in which they could have locked in those opening kills and then gotten out of dodge. It felt like maybe they kind of hung around a bit unnecessarily, but I don't think that there was a smoke in play for them to use to then fall back safely. So maybe it was just a situation that they had to go all in. Sharks finally back to winning ways. If they win this one, it's going to have to be an eco in the next for 9Z, and things do get a little bit scary at that point.
Yeah, on a knife edge, this game, with the money. And we're getting toward the business end, like you rightly say, too. Max Core, my first viewing of him on Sharks, been very happy with it so far. Seeing good aggressive AWPing from him. Levy was doing some good work in that previous round too. Unfortunately, Sorry to cut over you just then, Matt. But yeah, unfortunately, just a bit too eager to find a way to finally get out of that party position.
Yeah, Max score's been so good, 19 and 9. He is doing the most right now for his team.
Oh.
And I was going to say how 9Z have to win this round, or the end of the map could be closer than it kind of appears on paper. What a trade from gafolo. Takes a lot of damage in the process, down to 18 health, but he will get the kill to bring it back into a one-man game.
Yeah, I think that was another M4 dink there from Hasa Peak. He gets to the opening 2 to start the round. Very aggressive. Straight in again. And gets a flash to help out, but blinds him and gafolo. They'll be given the AWP to play with it on 18 HP, understandably so.
I was going to say, where the hell do they go from here? And it's actually 9Z who are making moves, despite the fact that they're up by a man. They catch the low health IGL. Do they just save at this point? The problem is, it's not like they're going to be able to buy that. They've got, what, like 3 counts of round loss bonus behind them still? So I guess gafolo and Doc would be able to get AK arm in the next round. With that in mind, I think that they might actually just accept their fate. You're not going to win the 2v4 from where they are now, right? With 30 seconds.
Yeah. Again, though, as I mentioned earlier, sure, the players of 1250 will get some sort of buy. I think they'll probably get Galil armor as well and a little bit of util, because the loss bonus is okay. Good actually pathing there to know where the AWP was dropped. Thing is, Elbono has heard that. He's going to try and punish. But Max Call hold on. Now they know what's up, though. I don't think 9Z should be committing too many bodies here to look for saving players, because their money's on a knife edge too. And rightly, Luken just moves forward and stays put. Yeah, as I said, 3.6 on Doc and gafolo. That's enough for Galil armor, so they can get 4 rifles total, and RDN might have to make do with a Tech 9 or Mac 10. Actually, an MP7 of all things he's going for.
Okay, I guess on over... Oh, never... Oh, wait. RDN.
Long range MP7.
Gonna do it again. He keeps selling it and rebuying it. Oh, he's just dropping it, maybe. Wait. Okay. Why did you do that to us, RDN? Was that fun for you? Having a laugh?
What he did there was sell a nade and give it, or get a nade dropped to him by a teammate instead, so he could buy the Galil weapon than going with the MP7, that's for sure.
Well, it's actually make or break right now for Sharks, because if they lose this round 12-10 before they get a reinvestment, and with how good 9Z have been on the CT side, I think they finish off the job from there.
Flash through the smoke. Doesn't really send Koala in very easily, though, and he's been snookered. Completely stopped by the util. Also, Peaks found his 1 kill as well. That's Koala that does go down eventually. And now they're forced into walking over toward the A-bomb site. Levy could get timing here, though. Oh, it's awful for Levy. Realizes really well. Goodness me, that was at the absolute tightest it could possibly be for Levy. But he gets away with it. Abano helps him out. The 2 new boys for 9Z, and one of them who might not be on the team for too much longer, teaming up really well there off the back of each other, and will once again probably force MaxCore and gafolo into some sort of save.
And there you have it. I mean, this dominant CT side just continues to work out here for 9Z. There was a moment where it was basically they were on the brink, right? Down 9-5, key gun round, they make it work, and they haven't looked back since. Going to regain the lead for the first time in a long time. I mean, Sharks have just really struggled to get anything going on this T side, honestly. Never really looked that dangerous, have they?
Counter-terrorists win.
No, that's unfortunately the reality that I thought would happen. With their few reps on the map, and as I kind of mentioned, sure, the caveat is they're playing against very good teams in South America. Yeah, the top of tier 2, really, in Fluxo and Imperial and teams like that. But, yeah. Just not many reps. T-side not looking too hot on the map historically. The one game they won was with an 11-1 CT side. If you need an 11-1 on CT side to win a map of Overpass, there's something wrong.
Yeah, true.
Max Score is actually able to path all the way around that incendiary. They go for the boost to have him a bit of a look over the top of Playground.
Okay.
But at HE, the combination of Gafolo and Koala will actually remove Luken, and Max took tons of damage from that too. So, considering what they've got, that's a great start.
Yeah, the airstrike nets them an opening kill. What a way, like that. What a gift, right? Take that every day of the week. Still a job to be done here as they look to scale forward. Something 9Z have done a lot is try and take these advanced positions to not give up space for free. Challenge Sharks on these front lines.
RDN now has his supposedly trusty MP7. Swing from Levy, though, puts a stop to that, and he's looking really clean right now. Only going 15 and 12, but impressed with how he's played these previous rounds. Oh, the MP7's in! The MP7's so in! And he's got 3 kills. All of a sudden, blink your eye, I was waxing lyrical about Levy. It's a 1v2 for Hawasso Peak. What is that?
Damn, the MP7, as in as hot yoga in the 80s.
I can't remember the last time I've seen an MP7 get that much impact in such an important round.
I don't think
Must be years.
It's because you haven't seen it before, Trav. That's why you can't remember it.
Well, he's going to have to go for it. Does he clear close enough? He's not going to. Doc's cleared him out. Oh, my word. RDN, instant upgrade to the AK. The MP7 has done its job to keep them up on Overpass.
Alrighty then, boys. We're going to go the distance. We'll require all 24 rounds of regulation and maybe even some more on top of that as well. Maybe even some more.
Mate, Nertz is known for using the MP7. I've never even seen him do that.
Yeah, that is a completely different kettle of fish altogether.
Incredible timing that he managed to grab there. Levy will be annoyed. He played a good round. Had no choice but to force himself forward. And it all fell apart. 9Z have money. That is the one saving grace for them. It's not like it's a massive swing round, that previous one. But if they lose this round and survive with nobody, they're going to have pots and pans into round 24.
That's not great, man. Not when you're going into battle. I don't think pots and pans are ideal. We're not playing PUBG, and even then doesn't help out all that much.
Just bonk him on the head, dude.
Is that all? Is it that easy? Why did I never think of that? Okay, hang on.
Double setup.
Hang on. Double setup, one playing anti-flash, but this is the only defense they have towards the B-bomb sites. It has to be perfect.
Oh, dear.
Pretty good, but not good enough to win the round. At least guarantee the win at least.
No, and the issue with that setup is they're relying on it so damn heavily. Look how far away Levy, Luken, and Urbano were. Like, a long rotation in. Thankfully for them, Sharks have taken an extra couple of seconds to get the bomb planted. But the retake is still difficult. They're going to have decent after-plant positions. Max Score will surely set himself up to watch toward CT and Heaven. Doc and Koala trying to support. There is some okay retake utility. A re-smoke towards short, it will be what they choose, but a leg shot for Max Core. Not completing the kill could be annoying though. It allows the trade. Urbano is in, but he needs more than that. 2 more to find. There's one. Doc 1v1, and he's going to hide back behind that smoke. No time for this defuse. Wow, Sharks have done it. I can't believe they are going to be first to 12.
I can't either, and look at the money or lack thereof for 9Z. They get $1,900 as the bomb explodes. It's not even enough for Urbano to drop an M4. It's going to be pots and pans, as you said. Oh, goodness gracious me. Sharks have got one opportunity to finish off the job in regulation off the back of what's been a pretty, I don't know, like uninspiring T-side from them so far. Artie and Zhao going to run it back with the MP7. 9Z call for a tactical timeout, understandably so. Because we've already spoken about the prowess of Sharks going into Inferno, the following map, and I said how I think 9Z have to win here on Overpass with that being the next map, and well, that means they'll have to force it into overtime with weaker weapons. There's an AWP in play at least, though. At a minimum, they've got that AWP.
Isn't it crazy, though? I mean, round 24, and we have both teams scrambling. Didn't think that would be the case. RDN hoping that MP7 does more magic. look, it's definitely an odd weapon. Not one you see too often, but for a map like Overpass, when you need range, if you're going to buy an SMG, Mac 10 won't work too well. gafolo's going to have to make a different play happen with that.
Yeah.
And P7 range is okay.
That's what I was saying earlier. If there ever was a map that you're bringing to the table, it would be on Overpass, and it's absolutely worked out in that case so far. Koala tagged. 9Z feeling the heat, feeling the pressure, because look at this. For the first time here, what feels like for the first time on the CT side, they're not looking to take advanced positions. Oh, now that's... Come on, Koala. Like, at least have a lineup, mate. You can't just lob it over the top. You got to bank it off of that concrete pillar.
All right, then. Guardian wanted to boost up Koala. They're not being quiet about them going for this boost. Are they going to reposition and realize what's going on here? Oh, they're not. Vasso Peak, you should know. Why has that not been relayed over? It was obvious they were walking over toward that position on short. Oh, no. That's just a lack of communication, surely.
Great way for Sharks to open up a bit of innovation. Basically a full stack on the speed bomb site here for the CT side. 3 players currently in position because Urbano's forward in bathrooms. Now, it does look like Sharks are just going to go all in on B. It's exactly what 9Z would be hoping for. This is what's going to give them the best chance of actually holding on in the round. Still an incendiary and a smoke grenade in play. Levi's AWP is here too. I'm liking their chances right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, if they ever could have a chance, it's with this setup. Mac 10, great flash, and Levy still gets the kill. I'm sure he was full blind on that. But in comes the Famas, in comes the 5-7. Koala puts a stop to both. It's going to have to be Urbano, and he's a long way away in connector. Sharks have dealt with this impressively well.
Oh. Brutal.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's Urbano, the man who's about to be benched, that has to clutch it up to keep them in the map. Oh, man.
Insane.
Can he make it happen? Creeping his way forward. In the meantime, Koala smartly repositioned into heaven. Urbano not going to expect this. He has got a kit though, Trav. So at least he's got a bit more time, but there's nothing on offer. Max Core around the corner. Koala hiding in heaven. He's going to tap the diffuser. He actually gets the kill on the heaven player, but he thinks he's short. He's almost certain he has to be short. Max Core might start to panic because he thinks he can't see the diffuser. Yes, he steps forward, but there's no time left remaining. Max Core will finish off the job, and Sharks win map 1 in the upper bracket final.
And that is a very surprising map win. We were just talking about how they struggle on T side, how they struggle to get games over the line on Overpass. 9Z will be upset. They had that map under lock and key. That one did not look like it was going to get away from them, but it did. And full props to Sharks. Like, you could say whatever you want about their previous games on Overpass. They clearly have a very good understanding and a decent level on it, despite having not played it that much recently. And that is a round win percent, is really good for Inferno. And just look at the numbers of their results. The recent win streak they've been on, but for a 16-13 loss to Shinden in one of the previous ECL Cups, 13-4, 13-3 Gaming Gladiators, 13-5, 13-4 9Z on LAN, 13-2 Gaming Gladiators again.
Good lord.
Imperial on LAN, Fluxo on LAN, and then Dash Skins 13-2. They are destroying people.
That's why I was saying, like, outside of Pain, Furia, and MIBR, Sharks top 4 in the region on Inferno, evidently, which is saying a hell of a lot. Urbano with the job to do. He's got Max who set him up with the flashbang at the moment. What are they waiting for? Is that Q to actually commit the flash? Is it a single shot? No. They decide against actually committing. Nade will do, basically maximum damage onto Urbano. 54 health removed from his life. And Sharks have got all 5 players grouped up in Banana. We're still yet to see if they're going to commit or not. Looks like they will.
Until will now come flying in, the 2 smokes they'd want. Yeah, Max has got a lot of work to do with this one flash that he's got. Urbano just run down by Doc, and Max will get spammed down as well. Vasso Peak, no chance. That is a take and a half. And if we're in for more of that on Inferno from Sharks, then the results they've had recently, those good results are evident. They're evident why they're so good on the map.
Yeah, you know, I know it's unorthodox, but I actually think this is one of the rarer occasions you may have wanted to start off on the T side if you're 9Z because of how slick Sharks are on this map. They're going to be so happy to get to play the game on their own terms. First frag in the round for 9Z. And it's not like 9Z are any pushovers on Inferno, right? Like, they've actually got a 64% win rate on their CT side of this map, 55% win rates on their T side. They've taken scalps like Crew, Fuego, 4 Magic, Key Stars. I guess once you dig a bit deeper, the results are a lot less impressive. So although on paper, they both have very good win rates, Sharks' teams that they've beaten are definitely like a level up from 9Z's opponents.
For sure, for sure.
That's why it's always so important to just scratch beneath the surface and not just look at the number on paper and say, oh, number bigger equal better, right? No, not always. You got to see which teams they've been playing against and who they've been beating.
Exactly. It's what we, it's one of the simple things to do as a commentator, right? To dig a bit deeper in that one, but it's something that I think always brings good context to the viewer who maybe hasn't done that, right? We of course look a lot deeper in other ways, but yeah, that is a real factor for how good Sharks can be from how much they're destroying the top of Tier 2 South America. And honestly, what you said about like the other teams that could be considered in that list, like your MIBRs and teams like that, honestly I have a feeling that even MIBR in their current state would probably struggle on Inferno against them,
Agreed.
right? Because they're not in perfect harmony yet with Kicker and Klim, so...
Only one player towards the speed bomb site. Max here has got a second smoke grenade that's been dropped for him. Doesn't look like Sharks are going to be respecting that smoke, though, as they set themselves up with a lot of utility, a plethora of utility being deployed into the speed bomb site. Gafolo waiting to pounce, and he will commit through. Max does what he can. No point in even attempting the retake here for Sharks because, well, you went for the gamble stack on A, didn't work out. You want to carry over all 4 sets of weaponry, guys. You've at least got a bit to work with in the next. And Luken has just nonchalantly taken a fight and unnecessarily gone down.
Crazy. Made that look so easy.
It's just a bit silly from Luken. Like, why?
I know, but... I wonder if 9Z are going to be guilty in this game of knowing how good Sharks are on the map and pushing the boat out too far on CT.
Trying to compensate a bit?
Yeah.
Could be. Look at this, man. They're even hunting right now. Oh, the Sharks, they smell blood in the water. Obano will spill the blood of Doc with a nice headshot, but he'll be the only player to survive. That's worst case scenario for 9Z, who essentially should have kept 4 players alive. I guess it is by virtue of Sharks hunting, though. Good start here for them. Doesn't feel like Luchov or Urbano is a like-for-like swap. I mean, I know Urbano's quite an active player. I think Max, for the most part, is the entry fragger for this team, though. So I wonder if Luchov will just transfer his skill set and continue to be that tip-of-the-spear type of player for 9Z and kind of relieve Max of those duties a bit, or if they'll try and get him into a bit of a mid-round kind of player and Max continues to be that entry fragger.
It's a good thought process. Either way, when you got a rumor like this, either way, honestly, I do think Urbano, he's done the best he can, but just maybe not ready for 9Z yet. He's not old, I can tell you that for sure. Not young, but not old.
What are we talking, 23, 24?
Let's see if your guess is spot on.
Just based off your description, not young, not old, somewhere in the middle.
He's 21, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, I'd say on the younger side still.
Yeah. So he's going to have time and probably will find himself on another team in South America, unless his buyout is huge. I hope it's not. We know historically in South America, buyouts have been ridiculous.
True, yeah. There's something I will say is everybody's like, oh, the new young age is 16. All these crazy young up-and-coming pros are all 16, 17 years old. And I think a lot of people have forgotten that some of the guys who are at the top of the game today also started at that age. I mean, Brolan was 16 when he started playing for Fnatic. Frozen was 16 when he came into the mix as well. It's just that these guys have been around for so long now that we tend to forget these things. It's not it's more common these days to have 16, 17-year-olds coming into the mix at the higher level of the game, but it's not like it was ever unheard of before.
Bomb has been planted.
Just a public service announcement to remind everybody. That's the sole purpose of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thing to mention. I think it's just like the thing that shocks people these days is how quickly some players can take to tier 1 like a duck.
Yeah, that's true. The development, right? You're right, yeah.
I also think Donk has kind of ruined it for everyone else. Because like the way he took to tier 1, it was better. There's a reason why you have generational talent in this game. Yeah, he's one of them for sure.
He set the bar at an unreachable level, right?
Exactly. And honestly, I've thought about it multiple times when I've been looking through like the rankings and stuff like that. This year and in the last maybe couple of years, it's only really been him and Molodoi that have come from relatively low tier teams in tier 2. And Molodoi came out of nowhere more than Donk did, that's for sure. I mean, everyone, Donk was almost like a cult icon, but like Kiyosuke was when they was coming to the
surely you
academies,
keep Kiyosuke in the mix as well, no?
Yes, yeah, for sure. But put it this way, Molodoi is my rookie of the year 100%, without a shadow of a doubt.
What if Falcons win the major?
No, still Molodoi, don't care.
Still Molodoi? I think if like they win this Blast Rising tournament and the major, then there's a bit of a conversation to be had, I reckon. Anyway, Urbano, fantastic multi.
You think Falcon's going to find success, actually? I respect it.
I want to believe so badly, Trav. You know me, a Nico fanboy for the longest time. Love Monacy, so I can't help myself but believe. It's like anything but the playoffs. They just tear everybody apart.
Yeah. And then
best team in the world outside of the playoffs kind of thing, you know?
And then Nico goes missing in playoffs like always. Sorry, mate. And I heard the sigh, the tiny little like mic sigh.
Yeah, defeated. Listen, even a broken clock tells the right time twice a day. Like it's got to land eventually.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we've been saying that for about 8 years. But,
I know, but now he's on the team that will just continue to buy the best players out there until they win a major, right? Like he surely could just buy his way to a major.
Just one more roster move, guys. Just one more.
Like, let's get Apex in for Kixan, and let's get Rops in for Tessis, and tell me that team's not winning a major in good faith.
They're just perma-cursed. Like maybe that's just they can't do it. You can't get past the curse. Anyway.
Couldn't get past Urbano in this round. Fantastic job from him. 2 kills through the smoke, 1 HE grenade frag as well. And he's the sole reason they win this round. He gets all the kills.
Yeah, and forcing Maxcore and Koala to say for quite a long time, which is why we're waffling.
Speaking of waffles, could make some in the kitchen.
That is true. What would be your preferred waffle accompaniment? Regular like syrup or...
It's a good question, honestly. I think I would just go, I'd go like ice cream, chocolate sauce, sprinkles, some like strawberry syrup. I just want diabetes from my waffle, basically.
What the hell, man?
Saying that to the diabetic is probably not the nicest thing to do, but...
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. You're making a joke about type 2 and I'm type 1, so I'll let you off.
Okay, good. I'm glad I dodged a bullet there.
Look, I'm allowed to have all the waffle toppings I want. I would definitely choose the strawberry sauce and the ice cream, the vanilla ice cream and all that jazz, so...
Fair enough. I don't really get the whole, like, savory waffle thing, if I'm honest. Like, I've seen people put, like, mince on a waffle and... like a chicken fillet or something with mayo. It's like, nah, man, just you've gone too far there.
Just make the waffle with sugar and leave
just have it as dessert. Exactly.
Thank you. Levy, what can he do? There's a lot of players coming his way.
Didn't click.
Has to get away, and as you say, didn't left click. That means the sight rifler could get run down, and that's exactly what happens. Urbano will get removed by RDN, and Levy does go to try and rotate in toward the church position, then thinks, okay, well, it's Inferno. We know what's happening here. We might all be here, but we're playing exits, aren't we?
Sharks are just conditioning the hell out of 9Z right now with how much they're going in towards this B-bomb site. Like, you can't not eventually adjust the setup. Are they even going to attempt the retake? It looks like they want to. They're lining up a lot of utility. They've got 2 kits in play, 2 flashes, still a smoke grenade as well. RDN burns out. Gafolo forced out. He gets taken down. Okay, maybe a chance all of a sudden. Doc will get a kill back, and now it's just about staying alive, buying time. Koala has to go above the smoke to find a favorable angle, which he will, but trades are the name of the game. Someone's going to get on the defuse. They both have kits. Can Levi provide the cover necessary? Absolutely. And the defuse comes through just in time. They've done it. Can you believe it? The 4v5 retake is won.
You don't see many of those. We've joked about other teams earlier today in different games we've done across the scene, yesterday as well, about how the radar gets screenshot on a couple of occasions when you see a retake that should have never have happened come through. Well, that is
I wouldn't
a
say this one's
crazy win.
as egregious, but
It's
it
not.
definitely
It's
is
absolutely not.
unlikely.
Absolutely not. But that is still very, very unlikely. You don't see a 4v5 retake. When you had that set up for Sharks in particular, fail too often. And you can understand why they're calling a timeout as well off the back of that.
Yeah.
They're like, guys, let's reset because we've just had a bit of a mini mental boom there.
Can't be losing those sorts of rounds, right? I think most EU teams would have saved in that position in the 4v5.
I agree.
What I like about South America is just like the explosivity that they have within the region, how they play their Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I was calling that they were going to play for exits, right? Knowing that Sharks' money isn't perfect.
Because that's what we're so used to, yeah.
Exactly. Very happy they've gone for the retake. I also covered an Inferno earlier today. It was Partisan versus Basement Boys. I'm telling you right now, Kindo had a stunning ace on Banana against a full buy. That was the only thing that happened. It was
In 3 maps.
constant saves. It was horrible. It was gamble stacks and constant saves. It was a painful watch. This is a lot better so far, and I'm very glad for it. And we're only 5 rounds in. Round 6, Levy's got the line with that smoke to use. Top Banana, and he's hit 3 of them. He's hit 3 of them. The kill on Doc. Max got 18, gafolo 27. Imagine if that was actually a triple collat.
I mean, I feel like it's still probably enough to just win the round here. They're going to be so low. It's going to be so difficult to get back into the bomb side. Going to be a double nade into coffins. Nobody going to be playing catch on the other side. Oh, actually, it's for the boost on top of oranges. I thought that they would have been running forward a bit and throwing it, so it would have gone deeper, but not to be.
I like that one.
Yeah, it was nice.
Don't actually see that too often. Usually it's double in towards CT or double on toward coffin, like you say.
Again, just grouped up in towards the B bomb site because look at the position that Max has got in apartments. So they know exactly what's going on in the round. This is unwinnable for Sharks. I'll just straight up say that before we've even gotten the round going.
Well, we thought the last one was unwinnable for 9Z. What if? Never mind. What if they won the... Okay, they're saving.
Nice try. NT's in chat for Trav, everybody.
Gonna die as well, by the way.
Hang on. Well, I was going to say, what if they get this kill on Max and then they can go A, but there's no time left remaining and the rotations already come through from Huaso Peak. Anyway, 3-all. I mean, I wonder how impactful in the grand scheme of things that 4 versus 5 retake will actually prove to be, because that's what stops the scoreline from going 4-1. It's like an anti-half buy like that. That could have led to Sharks tearing ahead, and instead it's brought it back into even keel.
Yeah, remarkable. Exactly what 9Z needed as well, after what happened in map 1, after where the series looked like it was headed with how Sharks started Inferno. They needed something to give them a bit of a boost, and that was that. Now the buy for Sharks is awkward, of course, with another 2-man save on T-side. You have 2 rifles, but 3 Tech 9s around it. Sure, Util is very good. Have at least evened up the money, but once again, all the Util toward Banana. This is going to be a burn kill. There we go. Abano and Max, the combination of damage removes gafolo already, and that's actually one of the AKs, by the way. It will be recoverable just now, but Max and Abano are not moving. They're still there. They don't take that much nade damage at all, and Luken's holding the line with Max brilliantly. Nothing to do at all for Sharks. They try and force the issue because they know they've got nothing else to do, and it doesn't work at all.
Yeah, I mean, boys, I think it's time to explore, you know, the entire rest of the map besides Banana into B. Even if you aren't going to go A, like, you got to still try and take brackets control, take apartments control, try and manipulate the defense, then maybe go back into the B exec from there. But 9Z are a lot better than just being exposed by straight up B execs, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good hold. And Banana has kind of been closed. There is a sign at the bottom. Only the king shall enter. And they are not part of the royal family, I'm afraid.
Yeah, just having a look at the numbers. Sharks have got a 58% win rate on their T side with a 62% win rate on their CT side. So both teams favoring the defensive half of this map. Max Core is like, well, I don't really want to survive here because then I'm going to be disconnected from my team financially. But at the same time, like, is it worth it just giving up his life? Probably not. I think just saving the hero AK is the play from here. It's what he's going to do.
Yeah. All he can do.
Get the lead. First time here on the map that they'll have their noses in front.
It's not just that previous round as well, but it's also the Levy triple collat, with one of them being a kill, that kept them away from Banana in one of those rounds. Sure, not ultimately. They did lose one more kill later on in the round, but they're warding them away very well. That's what Inferno is all about. That Banana battle. An actual Banana battle, I think, would end very quickly. But a Banana battle here on the server can go on for a while.
Why would Banana battles end quickly, Trav? I'm curious.
Because they're soft and would just disintegrate.
Yeah, but like, how many bananas does each person have? What's the objective? Like, maybe you freeze the banana, it becomes quite hard at that point. Could be a bit almost used as a weapon, you know? Imagine that death by banana.
You're going too deep on this one. I'm going to.
I like to get philosophical, you know, just like delve into the depth of the question. Anyway,
I'm sure there's
right.
a Minecraft mod for that somewhere. There always is.
I wouldn't know. What I do know is Sharks are finally going to bite the bullet and settle for a save. They were in control at one point, Sean. Inferno no longer the case, as 9Z have a bit of a lead. And this is important for 9Z as well, to put to bed how Overpass had fallen apart, not let it kind of creep into Inferno as well, and just give themselves a good realistic reminder that they have what it takes to be competitive at a minimum on this map.
Yeah. I'd love to see the nade damage, actually, that 9Z have delivered already early game. I mean, once again, max score chunked down to 43, and with him being the AK player on this half-buy, definitely annoying to take that much damage with it. And they realise that their loss bonus is in an okay position, Shark, so their investment is a little bit lower. They're playing down to around about 1k, 1.5 per player, around that vicinity between all five. And unfortunately, even with that extra investment, they haven't made much progress at all ever since 9Z made that incredible 4v5 retake happen.
Yeah, exactly. That's what this fight back is predicated off of. And Sharks are, again, is there some sort of like a force field in middle that just stops them from advancing past like underpass or something like that? It really does feel that way at the moment. There's a slight chance in the round with Doc having that AK, but Levi with the Zorp has just been so good on the speed bomb side. It's been so reliable. Doc going to set them up with the flashbang, and then they're going to look to burst through. It's actually a flash on the other side of the smoke in case there's somebody waiting for them. There isn't. Levi eventually will pull the trigger, results in a kill. Urbano, his duo, gets in on the act as well, and it's just too easy here for 9Z.
That was really nice. Really, really nice. Really good patience there from Levy, knowing not to pull the trigger immediately. Waiting for that first orange player who was trying to jump up to actually show himself properly. And Urbano, not the first time we've seen Urbano and Levy really gel together quite well on the CT side. If that is the case, I think, as I said, that is the case on multiple maps. We saw on Overpass earlier. But unfortunately, maybe Levy will have to learn a whole new partner when these rumoured changes come through. Either way, doing well at the moment, and that's what truly matters, because 9Z need that spot in the regional final for Pro League.
Yeah, true. I mean, Sharks wants it as well. Both teams fighting tooth and nail to get themselves into the regional finals to join up with Bestia Gaming, Gladiators, and MIBR. Who do you have as your favorite to win the regional finals in and amongst those three teams? Is MIBR just the obvious choice, I guess?
I mean, I'd love to say MIBR, but it's just such an unknown. Like, Klim has been seen to be farming South America, and also he's still an unknown because he's so young, so raw, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he's played one. I'll have to double check, but also has had visa issues because he's such a new, fresh player to the scene, right? And not be able to travel to some of these events. So we haven't seen maybe as much of him as we would have.
Well, what we have seen a lot of is Sharks going up banana into the B bomb site. They're going to try and do it again. It's a brilliant flash there for Urbano as he doubles down. Was always going to be traded, but the fact that he gets 2 kills before he loses his life is a very good return. Max is going to be the next man up to bat. Sharks know they can't wait for that smoke to fade before they commit. Max, oh my goodness, will mow them both down. He was completely blinded for the second, but he spotted that player before he lost his vision. Thalasso Peak doesn't need vision. Straight through the smoke, he'll get that kill. 9Z double up on Sharks, and this is starting to get out of control. What's that now? 6 rounds in a row for 9Z? Was it 3-0?
Yeah, I think so. It was definitely 3-1.
It was 3-0 before that. Just checked on HLTV.
Lovely.
So 6 in a row. And in very convincing fashion, I might add. I mean, how many kills did Sharks get in that round, Trav? Was it just the 1 kill? 2 kills. Trader, Bonner, top banana. 1 kill on B, I think. I haven't really gotten more than 2 or 3 kills in any of these rounds that they've lost.
And you can kind of tell that by how quickly the money's being built up, despite the fact that there have been 1 or 2 closer rounds. They've been completely comfortable for this streak of 9Z. And I feel like 3 of these rounds, because of the way the money works, obviously, for Sharks, have been buys exactly like this. They've saved on T side, they've had split up economy. Now Hawassa Peak's feeling confident and feeling comfortable. Double swing in towards second mid. Koala has no chance about getting away from that one. And they can just get out straight away with that bottom mid smoke. But they might not even
that means
time for Luken. With the AWP, by the way, Luken.
Yeah, what's going on there then? Levi's been so good with the AWP. Hope that's not going to cost them anything here. I mean, it is the half investment from Sharks. They've finally been able to get a bomb plant here. It's been ages since they found a plant. Still a disadvantageous situation. Gafolo will dink Levi, but he can't finish off the kill. RDN knows that Levi's low, so he's going to go hunting. Kind of leave it up to his teammates on the bomb site for now.
There's only one place he could be now, Levi. Surely RDN does figure that out and takes him down.
He hasn't clocked it. Wait, he hasn't clocked it?
How is he not? Why?
There's no way he's thinking he's like run all the way back through mid and he's rotating around the map, right? Like, that's insane. What an oversight.
Be a free kill, yeah. Really, that's a big surprise. And 9Z will get away with it again. Luken, by the way, I think pretty sure got a tag on the AWP cross when he shot that 1 bullet through the smoke, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong. But, yeah, that is... Sharks looking a tiny bit discombobulated at the moment after everything that's gone on. Even though map 1 was so good for them, such a good recovery, an unexpected win. Expecting a good CT side from Sharks, that's for sure. But they need to have a good amount of rounds to play on CT first.
And I'd say that means 4 at a minimum. I think if they can get 4 out of the first half, there'd be a chance. That's a really nice little stutter step kill there from Koala. First time we've seen them go into apartments in this entire map, bar when they were looking for X kills. And I don't count that.
Yeah, that is true. They were exploring. Forgot what it looked like. Albano, close, good smoke positioning. And this is a great positioning to use behind that smoke too. Albano once again multi-kills toward Banana. Max core trade though, and another frag to work with. Brings it back into a 2v2. Karasso Peak will break the smoke, but it's a little bit too early. It's still a minute on the clock, Karasso Peak. Could have maybe waited a second longer there. To be fair to Sharks, they are shifting the bomb past the CT cross with that smoke up, so it wasn't known exactly when they were crossing. Very low HP on RDN. That 3 HP, they're charging through. Now Max Score has to deliver. It's a clean 1v1, 100 versus 100. Max Score versus Luken. Kit available on Luken. He can afford to take his time, but not too much time. Max Score from that dark position with the perfect angle, and Luken is convinced that he's playing new box still, and the reposition works for Max Core. Sharks with a critical 1v2, getting them back on the T-side board.
What an intelligent reposition there from Max Core to just immediately shift to the opposite side of the back of the bomb site there. That's what catches Luken completely off guard. I'm surprised he doesn't even consider it, you know. And that is going to be a key 4th round on the board for Sharks, a much needed 4th. I thought that Obano may have done enough. Unfortunately, his efforts in vain. He's been their best player by some distance, and I know that Sharks have been going B a lot, so it doesn't really give Luken and Huaso as much of an opportunity to get kills, but Urbano's been more than just decent on the map so far, and Levi's been impeccable as well. gafolo will double down. Brilliant flash. What a flash out of Max Core to enable gafolo.
The right click nade though, it's going to break it straight up, and he's throwing straight in, and Huaso Peak pretty surprised about that, only gets a 1-for-1, no hesitation here from Sharks at all, and Max Core hits one more headshot on Max, Urbano in the open, and the half is complete, just like that. Sharks battling back pretty well after what was a very rough streak, but 9Z, they are not going away and want that third map. We'll see if they can grab it after the break.
Sharks opened up the first half with 3 rounds, and they closed out the first half with 2 rounds with a sandwich of 7 for 9Z, which means we do have that 7-5 halftime scoreline. Now, Sharks on their favorite side of the map. Can they finish it off in 2 to get into the grand final, or will 9Z force a third?
Oh, the duel to Bananas in already. No hesitation. Great flash assist from gafolo, though. Doc will get that kill toward Huaso Peak. A quick trade, delivering brilliantly, and a bullets will finally go down to Levy. But they know exactly what's going on, and gafolo still has a smoke. Still has a smoke to waste the time. However, the raid boss of the Koala Doolies have been gooshed down to 5 HP. 9Z now know quite a lot of information about what's going on, about the Sharks setup here, and can maybe try and circumvent it.
This is weird. This is getting freaky right now with Koala in towards second middle. Levi spotted on the cross. The bomb carrier successfully has crossed. Maxwell got to consider Luken. He doesn't. Oh, he crosses the street without looking for any traffic. Koala's still so far disconnected. He's trying to path his way back up middle. It's basically on gafolo or bust. And it's going to be bust, I think. Yeah, there's no way for Koala to win this on such low health. He's been running around Trap for like 30 seconds in mid-second mid, T apartments, T spawn, ramp, and then back up into the B bomb site. But you got to grimace a little bit, man. How have Sharks lost that?
I know. I mean, as soon as they got that headshot onto Koala, I was like, oh, firstly, he's now pretty much out of the round, unless he gets some incredible timing somewhere. Secondly, Sharks have all that intel to circumvent. I think that's exactly what they did, like I said in the moment. And, yeah, it's a big pistol. Levy up to 13 and 4, by the way. I know you do a lot of saving on Inferno, so sometimes you can have those KDs where you barely die, but it's a great KD for him. Yeah, I mean, that kill for Luken there. Max score, as you said, gets smacked by the car. Smacked by the truck without looking for an opponent.
Should have honestly been Sharks' round every day of the week with how that scuffle goes down and towards the top of Banana. Max Core just snoozing at the wheel, I'm afraid. 9Z with a chance to go up 10-5 if they can win against the Force Spy here. It'll be nice and easy for them to get up to double digits. Conversely, pressure on Sharks.
They win this Force, it would be crazy. But
Problem
right
is,
now
look
they're
at the
doing
setup.
the very simple thing, yes, a very simple thing of 1B with most of the util and 4A.
It's so obvious. Like, it's so obvious that this is what's going on when you see the chain smoke coming through. Because why would they be trying to lock you out if they were stacked up on B?
Yeah, exactly. It's a very good point. And sometimes a point that maybe lower tier players in your ESEA leagues don't necessarily notice too much. You think, oh my god, there's a couple of smokes there. They could be chaining them.
Let's go A, yeah.
Let's go A, boys. Yeah, now Gafolo realises he's got a lot on his plate. 5-7 though, close range, you never know. Could be a multiple still, but no. The flash is good. He's still playing anti for too long. And apparently Matt knows everything.
Most things. Maybe not so much as everything. What I do know is Max Core, you don't do the Luken. Yeah. Save all your guns and effectively would still have a forced up set of weaponry to work with in the following round, even though they're saving their money. But 9Z, well, clues in the name, they're up to 9. And in pretty dominant fashion. I mean, they were down 3-0 at one point. They've won 9 out of the past 11 as they assume full control of their opponent's map pick.
Soon, we're going to have to start thinking about the possibility of that third map decider.
Terrorists win.
Ancient is waiting. Probably the perfect middle ground map, actually, to have a third map decider between these two. As we've said, we've had a couple of games on Ancient with these two teams in particular. The most recent game was on LAN in Sao Paulo at the Circuit X retake LAN. That went to a third map. They also played Inferno. They played Nuke that time, though, and 9Z won Nuke. And Sharks won Ancient 13-11. So it went all 24.
I wonder what's going to happen on that third and final map, because I feel like I think it's a certainty that we're going to get there. I've got no reason to believe that Sharks are going to be able to fight back from a 10-5 deficit. It would require an incredible CT side. And we just yet to really see much from the individuals across the board, bar Doc. 6 kills on 4 players.
Don't forget, though, Matthew, what happened last map. Thought 9Z were going to win. They didn't.
Didn't have as much of a lead, though.
They didn't, but we still really felt it strongly, no?
I know.
So I did.
No, I certainly did as well. I mean, those 3 rounds in a row kind of came out of nowhere for Sharks. So you are right. Temper the expectations a bit. Maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. And again, they're going to run the exact same setup back. 4-1 with Gafolo cycling the smokes on the B-bomb side.
Kind of amusing, actually. And when you say cycling smokes, he's kind of out of everything he wants already. And unfortunately for Sharks, well, I say that, they actually have a chance now. They've gone back toward A. RDN has got one. There's still one more where that came from, and that's RDN with that AK now picked up. He's doing oh my goodness. That's incredible work to find that amount of kills that he did. 3 kills, so much surprising him out. And now, MaxCore with this scout playing behind the smoke. Oh, he's run down by Urbano.
Oh.
Okay. That could have been the difference maker.
I mean, honestly, I get the thinking there, trying to catch them off guard. Probably best to just buy time, wait for Koala and play the 2v2 out. And Koala has got everything he needs. Smoke, double flashes, armor, and an AK. Maybe just lacking a kit. Levi low on health with nothing on offer from 9Z. They just bunker down in church. And yeah, I mean, at this point, doesn't even know where to drop his smoke grenade. We'll throw it in towards CT. They're probably going to boost up above it. Just save the AK at this point, I think, if you're Koala. And he'll actually pass through the smoke back past both of these players. And Levi will pay with his life to get the info, but it's 9Z who get the round on the board. That looked a bit scary. I mean, a great effort from RDN, it must be said.
Definitely a jump scare from Levy, that's for sure. But yeah, RDN does an incredible job. I mean, I was so shocked that he wasn't traded as quickly as I think he should have been. Like, Urbano gets that kill over toward B, and then they think, oh, maybe they actually do have the same setup as the previous round once again. They figured it out. A little bit squeaky bum time though before they figured that out. 10-5 is the scoreline though, confirmed now, and it's a long way back from here. Full buy available. MaxCore has his AWP out. They have every piece of utility they could ever wish to have. But if they lose this round, then I can probably say with a bit more comfort that your word usage of certainty is accurate.
All right, well, let's see if Sharks can hold on and kind of delay proceedings and maybe fight their way back. It's going to require a hell of a CT side, something we have seen them do quite a lot regularly, or quite a lot lately, should I say. Nine-Z taking their time, kind of showing Sharks how a default is done on this map.
Oh, Luken. He was waiting in apps that whole time. I'm going to see if he can grab a timing on a rotator, but a good check by RDN. And now Harasso trying to get a timing, but Koala's playing a little gap angle next to the truck and might see him as he works his way up. Molotov is good, and now Harasso will reveal his position. Incendiary actually is keeping them at bay, and look how that's helped the rotation. That one Incendiary could have got them a chance, but they're breaking through anyway.
Wow.
Max, Urbano, and Levi get it done in the blink of an eye.
Oh, 3 kills in quick succession, and you just got to head for the heels of your Sharks at this point. Swim on out of there, boys, because there's no way to retake the 2v4. 9Z pitch up in a very big way here on Inferno. Off the back of being down 0-3, they've won 11 out of the past 13 rounds, Trav. That's just an impeccable return. And Ancient, now with certainty, will be coming into play between these two teams in the upper bracket final.
Okay, we're going for it again.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you said, you know, if you saw this round, then you were convinced as well.
No, I know, but yeah.
The thing is, like, even if this was the scoreline, but we had seen more from the individuals and Sharks and the rounds have been a lot closer, then maybe I wouldn't be so quick to write them off. They just haven't been here, unfortunately. Not to the way that we know they normally are, not the way that we expect. MaxCore 6 and 8's a stark contrast from what we got out of him on the first map. I know Inferno not as AWP dominant as Overpass, but still would have needed more. You got to think back to that. What was the scoreline? 3-1, 4v5 retake on the B-bomb side, because it's just never really looked good since then, I'm afraid.
Yeah, and in MR12, you actually never truly know how much that singular round that you shouldn't have lost, that you do lose, truly affects you with the momentum and all that. Momentum is an invisible thing, but anyone who's watched professional CS and professional sport in general will know it's very much a thing. The build-up of confidence, the build-up of just feeling good about yourself and feeling good about the team, especially in a team sport. Oh, Doc, you're going in. That's impressive. Gafolo will save him, though, and it works out to perfection. Finally, something working to a banana, but Harasso trades both.
Right on cue, as you say, finally something going Sharks as well, and then Harasso Peak is able to find 2 kills back immediately, and RD and Zals decides to actually hang around behind the bags. Oh, and he will get a kill for his troubles, but then again, the trade comes through straight afterwards. 2 versus 2, but Koala's on the wrong side of the map right now. Oh, MaxCore
Oh, yeah, he's got to stay alive. He's got to try and get his teammate into the action. He'll break this smoke, but they'll know it's coming because of the noise made. Flash over the top, just to try and keep himself alive. Get Koala in position. Koala's now got full utility, picked up off the bodies on the ground in Banana that are laning that position. MaxCore trying to put pressure on, trying to take Koala's attention away from Koala, and it works. In the end, MaxCore is actually the one to get the kill. So it's Levy. Nice flick. Now it's down to Koala, the man who took long to rotate but needs to deliver and will. Nice little, small little factor there, elevating his position on top of first orange to make it a difficult flick for Levy. And Koala will keep Sharks somewhat alive.
Massive relief there for Sharks, finally able to move the needle on the CT side. I thought that was a bit lazy from MaxCore, and I thought that Levi would be able to isolate the Jules, which he does for the first kill, but then doesn't expect Koala to go for a bit more of the vertical option on top of first oranges. 11-6. Needs to be a hell of a lot more where that came from. 9Z maybe getting a little bit of trauma as they reach up to that 11th round. Is where they stalled out on an overpass, but surely not going to happen here on Inferno as well.
The thing is, 9Z have got a pretty decent amount of money built up. They have this spy here with everything they could want, other than the T-side AWP. Is this not live? I think it's not live. I hear the messages in chat. Immediate round draw. And we go
Nailed
again.
it.
Brandon was shocked the other day when I casted with him that, actually it was earlier today, that my Zeus impression was so good.
So funny, I was just about to bring it up, honestly. Genuinely, 100% on God, I was just about to bring it up and say, I haven't heard your Zeus impression in a while, Trav, but it's just because we haven't had any Zeus kills.
No, I know. I'm not going to do it. It doesn't deserve
Nah,
to
you can't
show up.
force it like that, right? It's got to be a bit more
Exactly.
natural. Otherwise, it sounds like someone's just like pinching you in your room.
I know. Earlier, we had a tech pause, and it was literally a tech pause that happened after I told Brandon about what we had last night.
And he just said, go on.
And I was like, no. Like I said no for a really, really long time. And he was like, well, that was obnoxious. And I was like, sorry, bro. Just
Yeah, you
felt
can-
bad about it, man.
You can get into a bit of a mood sometimes. He called me horrible the other day for criticizing BTN. And then, like, the very next day, he just went off on a tirade on a play. And I was like, man, it's double standards here. I'm not sure I can keep up with them. Love you, Brandy.
I know.
A
we actually
CCT duo.
we do love Brandon.
What we don't love are tech breaks. And, well, you know what? That's
We
not going to
hate
be a
him.
problem. Yeah, because we're straight back into the action. Here we go. 11-6, gun run to follow. Must win for Sharks. So is the round after, and the round after, and the round after, and the round after.
I wonder if there's anyone on
record.
planet Earth who likes tech pauses. Because, no.
Trying to think of a smart
Surely everything
answer.
is loved by someone. But, I don't know.
Maybe the marketing team, because they get longer streams.
Maybe. I'll give you that one.
Pretty good answer.
RDN. Yeah, great answer. Have it to the bank. RDN Zhao will look to try and hold the angle very close to one middle there, using the gap in the smoke. And MaxCore wants to peek with him, you can tell. Oh, we're walking a smoke. That is a bit ill-advised for Hawasso peek.
Yeah.
To MaxCore means that mid-take completely falls flat on its face.
I was going to say, why are they so quickly rotating two players towards B when you've got Doc who's got a line down? Banana will spot one player out on the jump peaks. They confirm their suspicions. Max back at the scene of the crime, spotted out as well. So Sharks know everything that's going on right now. Urbano, how have you managed that kill? I have no idea, but it's just going to be that one kill before he gets traded.
They are very spread across the map right now. I mean, look where Max is. Levy's going to try again, trying to take attention away, but 18 seconds for Max to continue to shift through CT and get in behind toward the church position. They're going to have to make noise. They haven't removed either of the site anchors, and it's fallen flat on its face, just like the mid-take. MaxCore and Doc will hold on. 11-7, no money. 11-8.
Indeed. 9Z tripping up a little bit here as they edge ever so close to that finish line. First time they've had to eco in a very long time here on Inferno. Some unfamiliar territory for them. They're not going to entirely eco here either. Here at AK been dropped for Luken. And look at the faith and belief that they have in him. Even though he's having a bit of a tough game, they'll still give him the goods coming into this round and say, go on, mate. Do what you do best.
True. I hope I have someone that has that much faith in me in the future.
You do. Right next to you, mate. Here I am.
Aww.
What's going to happen here with
Back
Huaso
at ya.
Peak? Cheers, lad. He's all by himself in apartments right now, while the rest of his team reside at the bottom of ramp. So does he try fake a little bit? He doesn't have util. Smoke into flash on Levi.
This is a good old-fashioned existence timeout, I feel like. In at least the opening 45 seconds of the round, right? Just talking about what they want to do next, because they know that Sharks are on the comeback trail right now, and they don't want to have the stress of having them get anywhere near to them.
Yeah, and I think they'll start to sweat if they lose the gun round that follows this eco. Then it's 11-9, probably another eco if they don't get the bomb down, and it's like the game is actually... The door's more than just slightly open at that point. Still using the crowbar to try and pry the door open are Sharks. It's a well-timed nade in towards the top of middle. 9Z just going to look to flood their way forward. Can they cause any troubles?
Max Core will hold on. And so far, actually, I give them both the benefit of the doubt. The two AWPers are having a pretty respectable series. There's been no big blunders. They've hit some
Agreed.
nice shots. They've had some good maneuvers. They've pushed forward when they've needed to push forward. Quite like it, actually.
I think MaxCore was the superior of the two on Overpass and Levi the superior of the two on Inferno, but it's not like you say either of them have ever disappeared or made any massive blunders. It's been a very solid performance from the two of them. As MaxCore, starts to find his footing. I think he came into this half with 5 kills to his name. 6 kills, rather. But he's added 5 since then. And this is now the round for 9Z and Trav. It's not the best investment. 2 Galils, a Mac 10. If they lose this, it could be 11-10 before they know it. MaxCore doesn't shoot. He does the second time, though, and that will net him a kill.
Really nice. They are kind of playing with nothing to lose in a way, Sharks, on this CT half. Good angle held by Koala. I'm not sure if we saw the head of the player walking in towards short. That was Luken and Harasapik going together as a duo, but there's a jump spot. And they now know they're a lot closer than he's ready for, maybe, and now has to deliver, does Koala. He holds on for both. Really important. That could have split open that A-bomb site there if he went down. Will push forward in the molly. Still gets himself another headshot. Koala, 3 kills on this round, looking to make it 4 as Urbano pushes forward. Bullet taken, not looking toward him because he's worried about the site, not expecting the Koala reface, and Koala takes 4.
And that all in the meanwhile, they knew he was there, right? Because he had jump spotted, so they saw him as well. It's not like he catches them completely off guard. That was just straight up gunfights, and he wins them all. And I actually think that this is the first map Koala made an impression on me when I saw him join Sharks, is his anchoring in pit. This is his home. It might as well be a forest of bamboo with how comfortable Koala is there.
I hate to do this to you, but I'm pretty sure bamboo is pandas and
Eucalyptus trees, Trav.
Koalas
There's
is eucalyptus.
tons of eucalyptus trees all over pit. That's exactly what I said.
Nade to break the smoke is very clean, and Doggy's
scary.
scary. Definitely don't go forward there. And I think he realizes making that move would be too
Out of
brash.
there. Oh, he's going to
It's
hang
okay.
around. He's good for a kill. I mean, that's the minimum, right? Like, that's the bare minimum acceptable return. MaxCore will nade 1 out, no scope, not going to connect, but shouldn't prove to be a problem. The second does. He gets fed by Levi. Luken will go down. Trav, this is all of a sudden a 1-round game.
You said certainty. That's all I'm saying. You said certainty, and look, I was willing to agree with you. I stuck my neck out there and said, look, at 11-5.
At 11-5, yeah.
But if you look at the numbers, that Sharks CT side on Inferno
It's impeccable.
It was really enticing me into the possibility of thinking we could get a 2-0 here with the 62% win rate on it. That is a great number with how good they've looked on it lately, and well, they're making another comeback happen here, which definitely seemed impossible.
This is why they've been so good on the map lately, right? That they're a very difficult team to put away, clearly. Their attitude very good, their mental resolve on point. They're not going to roll over for you. You're going to have to beat them. They're not going to give their backs up, as it were, give their necks up. It's a little UFC reference there, throwing it into the mix. Noted.
I hear you.
Oh, big round for 9Z. Really big round. They've lost 5 in a row. Completely changes the optics of this map. The one distinct change up in this round is they've gotten Banana without any contest.
I wonder what Sharks are planning here, though. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
How about that?
Driest of dry peaks for Max. That's absolutely insane. What is that? Mr. 9Z. 5 years, nearly 6 on the team, says, screw this. I'm taking 12.
And he would have called it as well. He's the IGL. He makes that call, and it works out perfectly. Oh, it's exactly what 9Z needed. That's going to be a massive injection of belief back into the camp, because they probably would have been getting a little bit nervy off the streak of 5 rounds they had lost.
Belief and relief.
Yeah, exactly. Well put.
And the fact that they won the duel in middle as well through Luken, which is kind of great. Every single duel across the map out of the absolute blue went their way.
All right, so overtime or bust now for Sharks. Koalas shouldn't be able to hold on. Actually, that smoke will give them enough cover. 9Z realize it's not worth the risk, and oh, okay, well, they will eventually get the kill, but at the expense of Urbano. I mean, you know what? Sharks still have to be pretty content with this position, considering they were down 11-5 at one point.
Yeah, I mean, they'll know. Like, they'll know what's gone right for them in this half, and they'll know what's gone wrong. That round, they sat back a little bit and weren't ready for 9Z to play so boldly up Banana. They'll now know that's a factor, and they might look to try and fight for Banana, like they had control of it the whole game, pretty much, until that previous round. So, for the whole half, I should say. So, yeah, probably the best course of action would be to maybe, here, as we can see, go for a retake top Banana with a flash. If they get that third play rotated in, they could push 2 or 3 back up to regain control with that deep smoke that's in play. It's faded now, but I still think that 9Z will know. Might just take another bit of W keying to get this 1-1.
That's actually a double entendre to get this 1-1. Because it would be 1-1 on the scoreline, and to get this round 1.
Exactly the same thing, and I did it purely by accident.
Love it. Love it. You're a natural. 5v5. Is this where it ends? Or can Sharks force us the full 24 as was required on Overpass? It's not looking like it. It's going to have to be a Max masterclass here. Max core masterclass, more like. And unfortunately, he doesn't have it in him. Now it requires a retake.
Fair play to 9Z if they drag this one over the line. They got nervy, got stressy, but they can forget all about it and go on to that third up decider for a chance to play in that grand final of this Cup number 4. Off angle for Luken, finally dealt with by Doc, but it's 59 HP and 26 HP for a 2v3 retake, and it ain't gonna happen. Great map from Levy, another 2 kills, so ended off there, finishes on 18, and 9Z are alive.
Very much so, Trav. Very, very much so. I mean, it's a great fight back from them there to get the job done on Inferno, and looked a little bit scary towards the end, but they kept their resolve. Players, XW7M added Phelps into the mix as well. Yep. So it feels like it's super open-ended, you know.
Yeah, and MIBR is just the one that feels like a massive question mark still, right? Because they had to play PGL, Masters, Bucharest with BRN, and that, funny enough, having Breno, BRN Azan, and BRN on the same team. That's who BRN, they played with him a little bit in ECL and other cups this season as well. So they don't have as much LAN experience with Klim as they would have wanted. He did play CAC, which is something, I suppose, and played all right. But yeah, it's going to be fascinating. But so will this game as well. Ardian's out. He started it incredibly well. 2 quick headshots on Harasso Peak and Levy. And just like that, the 9Z T pistol has been half cancelled.
Yeah, just completely shut down, at least initially. Good frags coming back, though, all of a sudden into a leveled numbers round, and it's going to be Urbano who goes one step further. MaxCore trapped in the corner, forced to use your smoke. He doesn't.
What?
Might not even need to. Oh, Doc is just looking to charge back to get the trade, but Luken will cut him down as well.
And cut him down with a fade-away swipe of the dualies. That was crazy. What a wild pistol. RDN made it feel comfortable. Then the recovery kills from 9Z were quick. And the fact that MaxCore was able to get 2 in that corner on the rotation toward red.
Crazy.
Very, very unlikely. But Luken been a little bit quiet in this BO3 by his lofty standards in South America. And that is a great way to start.
Very much so. If that's a sign of the things to come here for Mr. Luken, then he could just put 9Z on his back. He could be the best player on the server, actually, I think. Probably if you got like all 10 players at their best, Luken's probably the top of the pops, no?
Top of the pops. Used to be a staple of UK TV.
Top of the pops.
Yeah. Classics. That was always the case, like... Or when I was younger, that sort of era, you'd watch in the evening, you'd watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you'd watch Top of the Pops, and you'd watch Robot Wars. Absolutely goated evening. Incredible stuff.
I'll take your word for it.
If there are any Robot Wars enjoyers in chat, make yourself known. I used to name my Smurf account Sir Killalot. Best Smurf name. Enough of that robot.
Killalot. Okay, guys, when you're playing your pugs and you come across Sir Killalot, you know you're going to lose. Oh, wait, what? How is it not connected? They've denied me getting to hear the Trav Zeus sound. I'm upset.
I know. Nice shot, Doc, on the P2K. But yeah, he was too far away, right? Too far away with that Zeus. Remember when it used to be viable? Rops was using it like on pistol rounds on you.
I know. Boomich as well. Another one of the players who would enjoy doing that. Anyway, here we go. First gun round upon us on the decider.
By the way, you know what Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is, don't you?
I've heard of it before, but I actually don't really know much about it at all.
You slightly disappoint me.
It's okay.
Only slightly, so it's fine. All good. Gun round. Let's go, baby. Mac 10 forcing its way out middle. Need to break that smoke for RDN. We'll look to find some info, get some info. But won't look to do too much with it, like he did on the pistol, for example. And now Koala is on a standoff toward Long. 2 there is incredible. And he's still standing tall on 12 HP.
Ouch.
It should finally remove him, and it will. Levy doesn't commit to a fight, knowing the HE will get the job done. But it's still a 3v3.
Oh, RDN extends it back into man advantage now for Sharks. You got a player in the corner. I was going to say might not be expected by Levi, but it's actually really good crosshair placement from him to get the kill. Should be traded, isn't traded, and the Mac 10 will finish off the job. That's worst case scenario for Sharks. So many moments that should have been their round. I mean, the Koala double you would have thought would have been enough, and then they get the man advantage as well, but it all just falls apart, and mostly because of Levi.
I really don't know whether to say Levi or Levy, because if I'm saying Levi, if I'm saying Levi, it's like I'm saying the jeans, you know?
But they're spelled exactly the same, no?
I know, but yeah. One day I'll ask him. If anyone in chat actually knows, feel free to tell us if it's Levi or Levy. Might be the kind of guy who just doesn't care.
Yeah, maybe. He'll have to get good enough to be able to be in a place where he gets interviewed, and then we'll finally find out, right? Like, you earn that right to passage to have your name correctly pronounced. That's why Boomich used to be called Boombler until he, like, qualified for the major with Quantum Bellator Fire or something like that,
Yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah. Good times. Doc, 5'7". Close range, good HE, but kind of slow peeks around the angle, jiggles it, and then stops, which makes it an easy spray down, unfortunately. Fortunately for him, anyway. Fortunately for the side of 9Z and Huaso Peak. Huaso means Chilean horseman from memory. Like a cowboy from Chile.
Yeah. Very cool name, honestly.
Huaso Peak.
Sharks would love to be able to win this round to try and get things going, but it's just not going to happen, right? Just one player in towards Cave. Feels like 9Z are looking super well drilled on this T side in terms of how they're going through their motions and processes, not leaving anything to chance, cross-covering one another. Liking what I'm seeing so far. And they're just going to look for some exit kills here, try and chip down 9Z's economy, which is starting to gain some traction. Win this game, you're into the grand final of Cup 4. One win away from the regional finals. Bounty Hunters currently looming in that lower bracket, waiting to see who they'll play up against tomorrow.
You've had 4, to simplify it for a lot of people maybe, who are confused about the format still or who are maybe just joining the stream. This is basically the 4th qualifier for a qualifier for Pro League. Put very simply.
That is what it's boiled down to.
We like calling them cups, and we like calling them ESL Challenger League. So
it does sound a lot more official, a lot more formal, right? Than just a qualifier for Pro League.
It does, I agree. And one thing that I've always been like, wait, ESL Challenger League? Wait, it's not a league. Why are we calling it a league? Well, it used to be a league, but
that's what I was going to say, yeah.
So.
It did used to. All right, well, here we go. Gun round upon us. A chance for Sharks to get themselves going on the CT side. And if not here, then they start to get very concerned. And Max has already drawn first blood onto Max Core. Gafolo committed into the corner, and they knew he would have been there because of the flames that were in play. There's now nobody home on the speed bomb site. Is this one already done?
Feels it. 9Z putting their best foot forward on Ancient at the moment. An opponent which they've struggled against a little bit on LAN in recent times. They're able to get a critical win here. It would be huge, and RDN looking to make something happen, and he's done a great job. Doc has managed to deal with Huaso Peak as well. They've turned it back on its head, brought it back into a 2v2 from what felt like nowhere. Op picked up for Doc as well on low HP, and Koala dealt with Levy in the meantime. A shock to get caught in the side for Levy. So it's going to have to be Abano, the man who could be getting dropped, will most likely be getting dropped for the arrival of Luchov coming in soon.
I'll say certainly, Trav. My favorite word. Let's see if he can make this one work. He's got the bomb in his back. He's got utility to work with. He's been spotted out by Koala, and he doesn't know he's been spotted. 25 seconds. I think just locking in the bomb plant here is his best option, but because he's now kind of ventured a little bit and he peeks up with the molly, they're both looking in this direction because they knew he was there, and Sharks are on the board. And actually, an unlikely round. That's a 5v3 that they win, keeping 2 players alive. Bless you. Sure.
And the main part of that recovery was critical. Getting RDN up and towards shelf. And now the following round, need to make sure it's more than just the one in a row. RDN does find Levy. And Max Score dealing with his other Max in the server. Will confirm a 5v3 for them now.
Well, this is exactly what they needed to really get things going here. Assert themselves on the server and show that they're not just going to be pushovers here on this decider. It's been as close as it could possibly be on the 2 previous maps. There's no reason to believe that Ancient won't follow suit. Huaso Peak has to abandon his position in Red Room because he's got the bomb on his back. So unfortunately, not going to be able to try and make use of it. And in fact, it looks like they're going to use Urbana as the fake on B and then maybe try and finish A. But Sharks have just got all their bases covered at the moment.
Yeah. Urbana will not be forcing his way in here, I don't think. Needs a crazy headshot and needs a bit of a mistake from Doc, maybe. Luken has crept up. And they're going to try and maybe go for pushes together here with 20 seconds. Another good flash, but they haven't been able to activate off the back of it. And look at this. Every single player is here for Sharks, but it could fall apart. Need to be careful. They are careful. Volo gets himself one. RDN finds the other. Doc finds the last. Now they're in the game.
Absolutely, because I was going to say should be an anti-eco to follow, and I think it will be. Like, Max could even drop a Galil here, and they'd still have a pretty decent buy in the next. It's going to be a double hero AK, and only at the expense of one player in terms of their finances. So this is pretty nice here for 9Z, considering it is just an eco round. Sharks get things going here.
RDN, another good opening.
Oh, I mean,
there
goes one of your 2 hero AKs, and I think that you probably can put it to better use than that by just sending out by himself.
You saw Donk do it as like, yeah, I've seen that guy entry mid 3 times.
Oh yeah, what a metric. It's like watching simple demos, right? Like, just don't waste your time.
The other day, I don't know who it was. It's really annoying me that I can't remember who it was now. But I think it was in a CCT game. I saw someone throw the AWP over the angle. I was definitely... Okay, I think it was Zika.
Through window?
I remember now. It was Zika from Nuclear Tigers. It was on this map. He threw the AWP over the close ramp box and then peeked with the P250.
Did it work?
No.
Okay.
And my immediate reaction on the cast was, you ain't simple, little bro.
Yeah, leave those plays to simple. I think it's fair enough, man. Sharks, nice and simple here for them in the round. They win it as they draw within 1. They lose only 1 player in the process, and it means that they've got plenty money now building up on their CT side. Max going to have to use a Mac 10 in this round. We've seen his prowess with the Mac 10 already, notably that triple kill, devastating entries. Was that with the Mac 10 on Inferno? I think it was, right?
One of the rounds it was, but the final round of the game was with an AK.
Okay.
That important one where not the final round of the game, but the ultimate one, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, we have seen him do good work with the AK, with the Mac 10 already in the series. Is it going to happen here as well?
Oh. Meaty. Big nade on RDN. And you'll be saying Zal after that.
Good one. Oh, and in the meantime, Sharks, they're going to have to figure out how to retake into the speed bomb site. 2 players in cave, split by the molly, tick down as well as the information is there. Max caught with the AWP, the first responder's gotten a kill, and doesn't look like Luken's really considering the fact Doc could be here.
No way.
Oh, how's he gotten both those kills? I thought he definitely would have been traded by Luken in that forward position. Nade finishes off Huasso peak, and this one is going to be flawless.
All 5 alive, money building up. Huge for Sharks. And yeah, that's a frustrating one for Luken because he's in a good position, as you say, thinking he's maybe got a timing to lurk behind the Jaguar player or find the cave player. And the cave player shows his hand by taking a teammate behind him. But in the end, the way he peeks into Doc is kind of easier for Doc than he was expecting. And maybe Luken was expecting too.
And that means it's going to be a leveled up scoreline with a very good opportunity for for Sharks to get themselves around ahead. And Artie and Zao just lines them up, knocks them down nice and simple from him. Perfect crosshair placement, good control on the spray, makes light work of all 4 players.
Great recovery. 5 rounds in a row for Sharks. They are circling. It felt comfortable for 9Z. Now they're the ones struggling with the money, and it's not the case for the CT side. RD and Zal looking for all 5. I think they'll be given it. Russo Peak is looking for a random kill across the map, but the bomb is lost in middle. Doc is the only player he might be able to grab, and he doesn't. And that is an incredible boom for the money, isn't it? 2 rounds in a row, 5 players alive. Fine until the end of the half now, for sure.
And this is all off the back of the 3v5 that they won as well, right? That was the first round they won on the map. It's been a streak of 5 since then. Very convincing stuff so far here from Sharks in terms of how they've been able to turn things around. And just look at the lack of kills. It feels like 9Z haven't been getting more than 2 kills in any of these rounds that they've been losing.
Yeah, a bit worrying. Bit worrying. They have gone AWOL.
Is it going to happen here and now? Oh, man. Very big kill out of gafolo to cut Luken down, who was in that advanced position. He's been the best player on the server so far, man advantage. But in the meantime, Russo Peak's been able to get out. But it does look like the AWP is somewhat aware of that. Koala gets a little bit spooked there by Max. Not going to cost him his life.
Oh, my. He's doing it.
He's dead. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I like it. I like it. I don't really mind it.
No, I know. Even though it pulls it back into an even standpoint, maybe feeling like he needed to make that play. The AWP is the player that came in and actually dealt with him, not the rifler that was still holding the line. He could give up the angle because he had teammate support. Russo Peak still close to the temple exit. Levy going down, though, means that Russo Peak's angle might not work, but Max is given a kill toward Max Core. And now it's all down to Russo Peak. Slow game for him so far. 3 and 8, looking to find 5 kills. He knows where Doc is playing from, but he's trying to duel Donut first. He's won, but hasn't completed it. And now knows where both are, but not able to adjust his crosshair for either. And Doc holds on. 6 in a row.
Incredible. Incredible work from Sharks, because that was the gun round where it felt like, okay, although you've lost 5 rounds in a row, if you win this gun round here, it's basically still just like a 50-50 game at that point. But because Sharks are actually able to come away with that win, they are in the driver's seat. They are in control. It's going to be 9Z with a half buy. Still looking forward to the full investment in the next. If Sharks go 8-4 in the half, then they've got every chance to finish off the job from there. What do 9Z look to try and change up here? Maybe a bit more pace and ferocity.
I would like that. Ancient does lend itself to those sort of plays, and I've not really seen as much. If Nuclear Tigers are watching this game, they'd be wondering why it's taking so long. I love how I'm using that team so much. It's like a reference point. It makes me really happy. I don't know. No, there'll be so many people in chat who won't know who the hell Nuclear Tigers are.
I know, it's true. I mean, definitely will be getting a lot more attention in the months to come, you would imagine, with the trajectory that they're currently on.
They won Nodwin today.
It's a great result for them. Made into the finals of CCT as well as the Tech-9's proving to be a bit of a problem. And it's only Max Core left, and he will be able to find that shot on the first, but he can't get the second. That was so brave from Luken. He had the bomb. He just wide swings the AWP, but he gets the kill, so I guess we can't be too concerned.
Yeah, I guess he thinks it's an easier trade than perhaps it actually looked from the POV of Max Core. Definitely so close to be able to bolt that AWP and get a second kill. Thankfully for Sharks, all the money in the world to get this buy in the final round of the half, obviously. But if I'm not mistaken, I don't think 9Z would have had that AWP in this final round if Luken didn't grab it at the very end of that round. So, huge round for 9Z to find on the Tech-9s. A bit of a faster burst, as you say. It wasn't early round, but it was kind of mid to late round, and it worked out well. And all of a sudden, Levy is feeling confident. Dueling Jaguar immediately. Max Core out.
Well, wouldn't it just be hilarious if this ended 6-4? Look at the transfer from Arnie and Zhao. He does a lot of damage to Luken, but now we shift the focus in towards that A-bomb site. Mid-execute here. Urbana will go down. Koala been so reliable with this anchoring as of late for Sharks, and again, he'll be the man they can look towards.
Oh, he's found Russo Peak through that smoke too. That activates gafolo to push forward. Max is gone. And Sharks, I think they'll be good value for their 7-5 here. I think they do deserve a slight edge in this one. 9Z went missing after their early start to the game. 4-0, they were in the lead. And all they've got since then is that Tech 9 round win. So definitely a deserved 7-5. We're getting ever closer to finding out who'll be making that grand final in Cup number 4 in ECL South America. One more half to find that out. We'll see you soon.
This is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. Feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. The way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
One half to find our finalists and also find our team dropping into that lower bracket, looking to fight one more day. And no hesitation, I'm not going to even make my monologue because we're going into a B without any stopping at all. Doc entry in, Max down, Max core will take Luken, Doc finds Levy 2, and Urbano is struggling, about to get quad peaked, double peaked, triple peaked, whatever you want to say. He's out, and Huasa Peak is not winning this one.
Honestly, Doc is him. Like, that pistol round is all him. He's the one, it's the sledgehammer that just breaks down that defense on the B bomb site. 3 fantastic kills. I mean, the first was a necessity. The second was great. The third, he's just flexing on them at that point. Max Core will be the one to finish off the job as Sharks are now 5 rounds away from the grand final.
You were a season too early, Matt, with your Sharks prediction, maybe. Who knows?
That's true. And I made that prediction very early on in the season, right? And they ended 3rd, so it's not like I was way off the mark. But hey, maybe here. Could be this one.
Yeah, the Doc, RDN, Zhao, Gafolo, Core. Around for a bit. Success now starting to come maybe.
Oh.
Max Core Edition. MP9 doing big damage. No SOP will stop Koala from getting away or doing more work. So lots of presence in middle will give Sharks or give 9Z the realization that they're going to be in an open bomb site, and it's B and it's Doc to clear it open. 16-6 for Doc right now. He's loving life.
How good is this guy? He can chill now, though. You can chill now, though. That Deeg is dangerous. No need to force the fights the entire time, but yeah, he will get another kill. Luken gets the trade, and with the Deeg, I was going to say there might be a slight chance, but it's going to be gafolo to find that kill, and it will be Sharks up to 9 as they deal with the force buy. Double digits ripe for the taking as we enter some concerning territory, because remember, this was 4-0 trap. This was 4-0 for 9Z at one point.
Yeah, crazy. And reminder, that one round at 9Z1 was with a Tech 9 buy in that first half. So the gun rounds have not gone too well for them. Last time these two teams played on Ancient, it was on LAN in Sao Paulo. Sharks won 13-11.
Yeah, far closer affair than what we had so far. What was the halftime scoreline there?
It was 7-5 to Sharks again.
Same side?
CT side for Sharks.
Okay, so it was the same side. They started CT side on that occasion as well, what you're saying. So it's exactly the same. I wonder if that means we can back 9Z to maybe fight back here and make something of this. Not going to happen here on the eco, I'm afraid. Clean shot from Doc again. I think he's got somewhere to be, honestly, because in these past couple of rounds, he's just turned up. He's turned up the wick.
Yeah, to a hot temperature, that's for sure. He's got a 1.15 rating the past 3 months, right? Over 96 maps played.
Incredible.
A lot of CS. Lots of CS on LAN as well. Only 23 is Doc. Feels like he's been around for a very long time.
True, I wonder what like the highest highs of his career will be if he's at it now in like the tier 2 space in South America, or if we actually see him transcend this level and get a shot in like an Imperial or something. We saw that from Shay, right?
Yes, true. Didn't really work out too well long term. I mean, to be fair, got a major sticker, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he did. He's in Fluxo now, right? And he's actually been playing a lot better than what we ever saw out of him on Imperial.
He's actually on Red Canids. Close.
That one. I knew he had left, obviously, Imperial recently, but there's definitely been a resurgence in form since he's joined a different team.
Yeah, technically on loan at Red Canids, from what I can see here. So, and yeah, I mean, talking about like the highs of Doc's career, looking back through his matches, there's one tournament which I think is an obvious one that he played and looked very, very good in. It was one of the pro leagues back in 2024 when they qualified through South America. And he had a game to play against Vitality, M80, Tai Lu. Pretty fun tournament for them. I think they had a good start against Vitality in that game, then fell off, obviously, because it's Vitality.
Oh.
Hello, Doc. Hello, Doc. Oh, my God, he's doing it again. 21-7, 2 crispy headshots. Sure, they were neither of them were looking, but you can just tell he's feeling it by the way he got those 2 kills.
And the way he sets himself up is what nets him the frags, right? The fact that he so fearlessly, so confidently just pushed up Speedway to catch them both with their backs turned. That was why he caught them off guard, was how quickly he got in that position. I mean, Doc is the lifeblood of the T side for Sharks, Trav. He attempts 30% of their opening duels. 30%. Good luck finding another team that's got one player with such a big share.
That's quite a lot.
And a
That is quite
1.09 rating to match, so it's not like he's attempting tons of duels and not winning most of them. It's very reliable.
Stack for 9Z on the A/mid side of the map. And Doc's going to creep out. Still taking first point. Bomb will now go down safely. 11-5. It makes me wonder, like, what Sharks remember about that game against 9Z on LAN in Sao Paulo the other day. There was only 5 days ago, by the way. 5 to 6 days ago.
I wonder if they won the pistol to start off the second half. I'm actually going to check quickly.
Can you see that?
Yeah, you can if you go into the
There we go.
detailed stats. They actually didn't. They were down 12-6 on the CT side of this map against Sharks last time. They lost the map 13-11. So it's actually trending in a very similar direction, at least for now.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, that's a very interesting path. I can say it now, yeah. Luken had a good game there, and Max Core did as well. That was a winner's match in the groups of that Circuit X retake LAN. In the end, Fluxo came out on top with Sharks placing second in the BO5 final.
Yeah. You'd imagine it's almost good that Sharks have had that happen to them once already, because it means that they're not going to get complacent here again. Once bitten, twice shy, you would imagine. Twice bitten, well, that's just on you. You should have known better.
Here we go. Gafolo, W key, Mac 10, straight in. Actually, they're a little bit disconnected on this one. Maybe the first time in the entire half I could criticise them for that. And it's given 9Z a 4v2. Still doable here for RDN to find some damage, but now it's a double peak coming through. And they're not going to be able to do any damage at all. So Luken and Urbano will hold on. 9Z getting an all-important 6th. That was just a little test of the waters there, I think, for Sharks.
What a read, honestly. What a read over towards the A bomb site there from 9Z, having 3 players in position, just shutting Sharks down. I don't mind the option. It's the first time we've seen Sharks go for that here on their T side. Would have been a great way to deal the killing blow, but instead it's a round that keeps 9Z in the contest. A much needed one. If they lost that, I would have been ready to write them off.
Especially with them on 12, yeah. Don't let Doc anywhere near you, except when you're ill.
Problem is, Doc is the one who's running at you, and he's going to get on past Max, and that gets the kill onto Luken. Max now has the USP. In the meantime, there'll be a couple kills that come through from his teammates.
Yeah, Levy saves his life, really, there. Max Core is able to find Huasso Peak, though. It's a quick trade back into a 3v3. Levy, Max, and Urbano. 2 of them now looking to maybe push forward on B and look for information. They are staying assertive, but if they round through Jaguar and in Cave, they should probably get caught, and they are going to get caught. Max Core is all the way back in spawn. Urbano not expecting that, and now they can walk onto B behind Max. It's really awkward for him now. They're going to check him. They will get the kill, will Max, but always going to be traded by Koala. Now Levy needs an incredible 1v2 with the AWP. He's here. He's taken Max Core. All of a sudden, Koala is the player to face. Misses the flick, though. And now Koala standing his ground, looking to move into Cave, and he has. But Levi knows he's moved into that position and probably into the corner. How does he clear him out? Incendiary, sure, but no. Force Koala forward. Oh, it didn't spread. It's spreading a little bit now, but Levy doesn't get the kill. Koala holds on. And Sharks, it was a great attempt by Levy, but they're now on multiple match points.
Oh, what could have been, though? If the Incendiary is on the money, it's way more difficult for Koala in the clutch, but he's actually able to lock it down. It was Koala, right? Memory starts to betray me after 3 a.m. Apologies, guys, but 6 opportunities, like you say, Trav. Heaps of chances now for Sharks to solidify that position in the grand final. Be 1 step away from the regional finals at that point. And Ardi and Zhao got his good old faithful MP7.
Indeed. Don't forget, that MP7, you could argue, was one of the biggest things that have actually won Sharks this series. Because they were really struggling on Overpass, and it would have been a 2-0 for 9Z.
If not for that triple kill. Yeah, you got an emphatic triple kill with that MP7. Big setup into middle here for Sharks, and well, Ardi and Zhao, doesn't matter what gun he had, didn't stand much of a chance. Luken just swings out into the open. Max Core's looking for him with the AWP. Good smoke to provide the cover. Nade doesn't go deep enough. Mac 10, though, will force the issue.
Will 9Z be dropping into that lower bracket? Bounty Hunters to face tomorrow. (3v3) to decide it all in this series. Maybe. Urbano's ready for them to come up ramp, but a triple walk Cave, maybe not so much. He's the only man on the B-bomb site at the moment. His teammates are currently in the process of clearing out middle. Urbano will take the low HP of Gafolo. Flash assist coming through. Brilliant. Absolutely beautiful from Levy to help out Urbano then and there. As I've said earlier, they've been a pretty decent tag team duo in this entire series. Unfortunately, looks like they could be on the losing end. Max Core, 18 seconds, looking at the right angle to try and get this kill. Will get it, but tagged up to 9 HP. He now realizes what's going on, and he's about to get held from... Oh, I was going to say held from Cave. The fact he finds Levy is crazy, but Max, if he didn't get that kill, I would have had kittens.
Yeah, I was just wondering why he hadn't died sooner, honestly. Eventually, he does expose himself to Max. Never would have expected Max in that position, and it will be 9Z who hold on for a little bit longer, hanging on by a thread right now. 5 more rounds is what they require. All going to have to come in a row, and this one's should be pretty elementary. I mean, Max Core's on a Glock right now. 4 pistols in total. Win this, 12-8, anti-eco, 12-9. Maybe a bit of a dialogue to be had at that point.
Yeah, we'll never count them out, that's for sure. Not over until the generously proportionate lady sings.
What a polite way of putting it. The obese woman. A whale.
There's a difference between us, maybe.
Yes,
Inferno will catch out Max. Not sure why Max is going hunting on that timing at that angle, but thankfully Urbano will hold on, but not from the P250. Oh, Luken, you can understand why he peaked on that timing, but RDN Zhao has destroyed him. And Koala is in a very interesting position. He could come from behind here and lurk behind the rotator. It's being somewhat glanced at by Levy and Uwaso Peak, but it's going to be falling apart. Uwaso Peak is 5-17, MP9 only to win a 1v3. Wouldn't this be some time to come alive? Not going to happen. Doc, very apt ending for Doc to close it out. Sharks get the win. They're through to the grand final, and what a way to do it.
Yeah, fantastic result. Just a dominant display on Ancient. Took them a bit to get going. They were down 0-4 at the start of the map, but then they romped to victory from there. And Trav, I mean, what on earth was that from RDN Zhao? It felt like it was almost a pre-fire off of the audio cues. I don't think he'd seen Luken when he was getting ready for that fight. He just turns and instantly gets the kill with that P2, and that's where the round spirals out of control. Sharks, the absolute deserved